Enough talking about Gordon Ramsay's milkshake and what he brings to the yard.
Yeah.
It's time to talk
God
about
damn it.
video games.
Video games, the world of video games.
That's right, the world of video games. Hello and welcome to Super Gamecast, your place for video game and video game industry news. I'm Aaron. Over here in the darkness, in the dark web, as some would say, is Bronson Fiore.
I'm here to hack into your bank accounts.
You need to get yourself a voice filter. I have to speak on anonymity. Fucking Link's Awakening, am I right? I don't know.
I used to do it. I used to do the drugs 3 times a day. I used to do it at work.
Oh, well,
I
how
had
you
to do
doing,
it
Bronson?
just to get by.
This gives the impression that you're in a dark place. You need to be secret. There's serious stuff happening, but you're in a good place, aren't you?
Yeah, for the most part, I played a lot of video games this week. Mainly one video game, but a little bit of another two.
How can you be in a bad mood and play video games unless it's League of Legends?
Oh, I'm about to say, well, there's this cesspit called Riot Games.
Did you see that 2XKO, they're like having people enter into a giveaway if they don't play the top rated character?
If they don't
play that character?
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun.
My friend was saying, like, wow, you just gave up on balancing, huh? You're just going to bribe people into playing other people. It's a strategy, you know? Hey.
I guess that's one way to go about that. I don't agree with it, but it's one way to go about it. I love the idea of just oh man, like I think back to like Dragon Ball Fighters. We couldn't balance the fusion, so we'll just give you a bunch of extra credits if you play other people.
It's something, I guess. Balancing seems hard. Seems really hard. I don't know.
Well, especially for like that kind of game. Like tag fighters are like universally broken. Like there's no way you can make them perfectly or even close to perfectly balanced. You just have to make them interesting.
Right.
And I think that like the sauce there is to make it so every character is compatible on some team. Right. You know, not every team. There are some characters who will be compatible on all teams. Like you can pretty much put Storm anywhere in Marvel 2 as an example.
Yeah, that's Storm. Yeah. You can just that's fine. But I feel like a lot of people, if you're trying to play like no restrictions Marvel 2, like it comes down to like what, 8 characters?
Yeah, you might be able to get that up to 10 or 12 depending on who's in your bracket, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I
don't know.
Sadly.
It's tough. Not to mention, Pokemon. Like how do you balance Pokemon? Their big trick so far has been, hey, we're only putting in like a third of the Pokedex now for each game.
Well, like the current game, it's like a fourth. Like a fourth of the Pokedex.
And they changed how they fight. They have the moves, but like they've made that combat original, so there's other stuff to tinker with as well.
I have some things to say about that when we get to what we've been playing.
We'll get there. Yeah, we'll get there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't envy people that have to balance those games. It's cool because some people will create fandoms around games that have no balancing whatsoever, and it's just trash. But people enjoy it regardless. You just have to hope to be lucky enough to be one of those.
That has become Dragon Ball Fighters.
Yeah, the newest patch has done some stuff to it, right?
Yeah, it has. It certainly has. Let me tell you, it was real cool last night when I saw someone with Vegito full combo me into level 1, into level 3 to kill me. It was like, oh yeah. But then again, I do, Dude, if I have 5 bars with a fucking base Goku, I can kill any characters without really trying too hard.
Okay.
Like
All right. Hey.
it's stupid. It's so wildly stupid and broken.
Okay. So there's two scenarios. One I think is the ideal, which is they balance it well and they maintain that balance and they work on making the best fighting game they can be.
Yeah.
Okay, actually there's three. So then there's they say, "Oh, we did the best we could. We're ending development. We're going to work on other games." And then that game just never gets updated ever again. But what if they keep coming back to it? They keep doing occasional maintenance to it and they just fuck up the balancing in new ways. And like, okay, well now this is fixed, but this is broken, but at least they're updating it and it gives everyone a reason to go back and find out what's broken now.
So my take on where Dragon Ball FighterZ is at now is that there is somebody at ArcSys or Namco Bandai who just really loves the game and is just like, I'll keep working on it.
Just one person going character by character with balance changes.
The thing is this is like game wide though. This is like this is like this is fucking just absolutely the most fucking degenerate, like it feels like Marvel 3 or Marvel 2 almost.
Wow.
Like it feels like yeah, the matches last a little longer than those games, but otherwise the shit I am seeing, like just look up any like blue Goku fucking, oh, I touched you once and now I can just keep comboing supers for fucking ever, and GG, because the way blue Goku works now is he can basically touch you at any point on the screen.
Oh man.
Because he can teleport wherever he wants.
Okay.
And he has a command grab. And he has lengthy normals and multiple teleport moves and extenders. So it's just like, I don't know, bro. Game is dope, though. Game is so dope.
It gets you back in, and you're having a blast with people who are also being like, this is crazy.
Yeah, it's like I think that I saw a comment last night that was pretty good on the Reddit where it's just like, this is ass, but it's awesome. It's
because that's Dragon Ball's ass. God damn it.
Yeah, like honestly, it feels the most Dragon Ball it's ever been, but also feels the most just entirely broken. And there are some characters that obviously benefit from this stupidity more than others.
Right.
Like adult Gohan, if you have 7 bars, has like an infinite where you can effectively chain supers into a level 3. It's ridiculous.
Okay. I always am fascinated by what's going on whenever a new balance patch drops for fighters, because they don't ever seem to hit like all the points, but again, balancing is just hard like that, and people seem to have fun with it anyway. So, I think
that Dragon Ball FighterZ is a game that you can balance. I think Season 2 was fairly balanced, and Season 3 was as well. I think fusions were a little overtuned, but otherwise it was good. And then like, because the game hit, kind of post-game support, it kind of hit a point of, oh, okay, we're just gonna have fun with it,
right?
And hey, it's fine.
It's fine.
Like I still love the game. I think it has definitely gotten to the point of where I personally can't play it well anymore. I occasionally get into a hot streak, but I'm definitely not what I was doing back in the day, where I was just like, oh dog, let's put you in the blender.
Man, all I'm hearing is that you need to spend more time in the dojo. That's all I'm hearing. Really. you know, I think you could do
join me in the dojo.
it.
Watch me lab these blue Goku combos.
If I can jump in as UI Goku and successfully dodge some attacks, it doesn't matter if I get wiped. I'll have had a good time.
Man, let me tell you, it is easier than ever to be competitive with that, man.
Cool. Oh yeah.
So
well, I can sit here and talk about fighting games and just the craziness of what's going on over there. But we have other news. We got news, like news happening in the general video game industry at large, which is what this show's about. So let's go ahead and get into it. Yeah, some kind of a big one. New World is officially ending development following huge Amazon layoffs.
Yeah, so Amazon realized that their dip into video games did not work. Apparently, they were competing with Steam. I didn't realize that.
Is that what they said?
That was one of their quotes earlier.
Okay.
But they did 14,000 jobs, including a significant number of people at New World's developer, Amazon Games Orange County. It will be remain available for purchase, and addition to in-game currency, you'll be able to re-download it, including the PlayStation Plus version. It's just that they're stopping development. There's not going to be any major content updates, any major anything. It's just at the end of season 10, it's done. There's no anything else.
Okay. All right. Man,
it's a bummer. This game was cool. It was a really. It is the closest an MMO has gotten to making me feel like I am in old World of Warcraft again.
Really?
Just the way, and it's not like any big reason why. It's just like the world design.
Gotcha.
Like the fact that like I did the old MMO thing of I wandered into a zone that was way too high for my shit.
Gotcha.
And I like had to survive through that to get to the next town, and like it's very similar to old MMOs, and at least when I played it, you actually gifted me this game. Fun fact, for Christmas one year.
Oh, got it right, because we were talking about doing some MMO content.
Yeah, and I you know I put some good time into it. I think the weapon system was cool. The way that like your skill, does the does kind of a Guild Wars thing, but not with its weapon skills. I think the action combat type thing was neat. I think it had a lot of cool shit going for it. It's just that it launched way too bare bones, and then it just never got to where it fully needed to be. And then they did this relaunch and put out a console version, and it's fine. That's what I would call it. It's fine. Okay. Like it's very grindy. It is a game that I would describe as like. I'm not sure it is a good video game, but it is very good at triggering dopamine. It is a very good slot machine.
Somewhere between World of Warcraft and your gachas. In terms of
I think yes.
Okay.
If World of Warcraft is a genuinely good video game, which I think it is, and like gachas are like maximum slot, like the worst gachas are maximum slot machine.
Yeah.
This is somewhere in the middle.
Okay. All right.
So,
I mean, video games all on some level are kind of triggering dopamine a little bit in some way. It's kind of a machine.
Yeah,
for that.
About. But this is it feels very blatant at points and grindy. Like the level, like it very much reminds me of when you play an old MMO, and those games at times often also feel like slot machines when you dissect them.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. No. It's and the game will remain online through next year, and Amazon said it'll provide a minimum of 6 months notice before making any changes that impact the ability to play.
Okay.
We may need to hop. We may need to hop into that one last time.
That'd be fun. I think that'd be a fun thing to
do. See it before it dies. How much is New World these days? Is it? Ooh. Really? Wow, they're still charging $60 for that, huh? I'm surprised. Wow, okay.
Good luck, guys.
I'm surprised it didn't go. I'm surprised it didn't go free to play.
Right? Let people get in here. What are you doing?
Get in here, play our fucking game, and then buy microtransactions.
I just
Well, because normally MMOs go that route. It's like, oh, we don't have enough players. Let's do a free to play version.
But that's also like, because I think this is also due to Amazon just sound like they were trying to compete against Steam. It seems like they had much larger ambitions, and this isn't about, oh, we couldn't make New World work, because I think going free to play is a great move for when you're trying to still make it work. I think they're just, all right, the games division is just not cutting it, and we're gonna cut losses in a number of respects. I think that's just what it is. I think they could have made this work, maybe, but
I think they could have. Is the thing. Like, it's just it's because it was like fairly popular for a point, like to a point. Like I remember like it getting talked about in MMO circles and getting a lot of love, but for whatever reason it just didn't catch, I guess.
It lived a lot longer than I thought it was going to. I remember building up to it. I was like, this is going to crash. This is not going to work. And I remember the initial, clips of it, when it first launched. I was like, this does not look great at all. But, it picked up steam and people were playing, It had something.
And it was one of their many games that rode the Warcraft fucking up train.
Yep. Also,
it was like, yes, 14 and Lost Ark were the biggest benefactors of that, but this game rode that wave too. And
right.
It's kind of a bummer. I always get sad when the MMO space is already really small for good ones, even decent ones. Like it's like 7 games,
right?
And seeing it slim down even further is just such a bummer. I know Blue Protocol came out earlier this year. I was like, oh, I should maybe play that.
You probably should, yeah. And as an MMO fan, I think your duty.
Yeah, like Blue Protocol Star Resonance. Apparently, it's mixed reviews. Sadly, it is not supported on Steam Deck.
See,
or at least they say it is. Like, man, they showed stuff from the Halloween update. It all breaks me off the Blue Protocol.
It's doing its job.
Man, let me tell you, if you have a good Halloween update, I will play your fucking game. Yeah.
Well, since we're speaking of, go ahead.
It's actually like something that really disappointed me in 14. I was like, your Halloween stuff is not good.
The holiday stuff in Final Fantasy never really gets me going. I think one summer event they came out with their Power Ranger outfit.
I got that.
That's sick. But most of the time, I'm just not interested. And Halloween is one of those holidays that really lends itself to good costumes.
Dude. The World of Warcraft Halloween event and the Guild Wars Halloween event both go so hard.
Nice.
They both go so hard. Like, I loved when Phoebe showed me the Halloween event for World of Warcraft. Not World of Warcraft, Guild Wars 2. Holy shit, that was really cool. That was a really fucking cool event.
Nice.
And I've always loved the WoW Halloween event. It's my favorite. It is one of the only ones I have bothered to get all the achievements for, including the PvP ones.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So yeah. But speaking of MMOs,
speaking of the MMO space, Amazon also seems to have ended the support for the newer Lord of the Rings MMO that was supposed to come out.
Yes. This kind of sucks.
This really does suck. I love Lord of the Rings and the Lord of the Rings world, and that old Lord of the Rings MMO I think is still going.
It is.
And I like the idea of a Lord of the Rings MMO. I would join it if it was. It just looks old, man. I don't know. I don't want to go back to that. I kind of want to see a whole new one.
It's kind of the reason why I have trouble. Like Duncan tells me all this shit about RuneScape, and I'm like, yeah, but it looks like shit.
Right. I think there's a nostalgia aspect that, like, if you've played it at the time, could appeal to it.
Oh, totally,
But, like,
totally.
yeah,
You know, it's I ever heard what, you know, it's like I look at like modern World of Warcraft and it looks so good and clean. You look at classic and you're like, whoa.
right.
Which is funny to me because I've only had like one person I know who looked at both those games and said, "Oh yeah, I prefer the look of classic."
Okay. Everyone
Uh,
else.
but yeah, everyone else was like, "Oh no, retail looks so much better."
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's so little details here on what this was. You know, it was announced in 2023. It's just so weird because so much of the MMO space is fantasy. In fact, almost all the most popular games are fantasy.
Right.
And almost all of that, you know, goes back to, you know, Lord of the Rings.
Yep. Sure does.
Uh,
These other MMOs have elves in them. Wonder why.
Oh man, I don't know. I have this. I really like the fantasy genre.
Yes.
But weirdly enough, I actually do not love Lord of the Rings all that much.
Really? Huh.
I think it's fine.
Okay.
And I think it kind of goes back to I am someone who likes good pacing and a story.
Okay.
Right? Like I like it to be snappy and keep moving.
Yeah.
And Lord of the Rings, at least in the books and in the extended edition novels, which are pretty much whatever the two things everyone tells you to look at.
Right.
Does not.
I'm having a good time going through Two Towers right now, but let me tell you, the beginning of that book is three guys running across the fields like, I think they went that way. I think they went that way. Let's go that way. And we're going to go. And hey, there's a guy. Let's talk to this guy over here. And then Gandalf, they run into Gandalf again, and it's like, let's have a sit down and have a 3-hour conversation about everything that's happened. And you saw this eagle. That eagle came from here. And if you're into that, it's fine. But man,
it reminds me of if John Steinbeck wrote a fantasy novel. Is what it reminds me of.
Okay.
It is if you took the author of The Grapes of Wrath and said, "Hey, make a fantasy novel," then you would get The Lord of the Rings.
It's a book that I think is not about much of the war at large. Like obviously that's happening and that's a central focus, but there's this appreciation for nature that is seen throughout, and like will just extend, you know, descriptions of the land in each direction, and the nature of the forest and the history and the language and singing. It is not as much an adventure as the children that came from it.
Yes, and I think that's part of it. And then I think another part of it is, and it's my like, I am not a big nature person. I'm a very urban person.
Sure.
So the appeal of that part of Lord of the Rings is very lost on me.
Yeah. So, see, I'm in a very different situation where I like the idea of being into nature, and I am the antithesis of a nature person in reality. I like reading books where I care about the forest. I'm not stepping in one.
Yeah, like, and that's kind of the reality for me as well. Like, I enjoy being in the forest in a game. I do not, like, if you ask me what is my ideal environments, though, it is like New York, San Francisco, Seattle.
Right.
So like that's kind of it. But yeah, you look at like the most popular MMOs. It's like RuneScape, Fantasy, World of Warcraft, Fantasy, 14, Fantasy.
Yep.
Elder Scrolls Online, Fantasy, WoW Classic, Fantasy, Maple Story, Fantasy, Wizard 101, Fantasy, Guild Wars 2, Fantasy. Finally, at number 9, the 9th most popular MMO, you run into you run into sci-fi with Star Wars.
Right. Yep.
And even then, that's science fantasy, in my opinion.
Exactly.
You don't
Yeah, fantasy sci-fi.
you don't run into your first actual like sci-fi until number 11 with EVE Online. It is such a genre that is built on fantasy, and it's just weird that the Lord of the Rings game is not really that
They
popular. In
can't
fact,
seem to
it's
make
less
it.
popular. It's less popular than EverQuest.
Right.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I actually found a way that I did enjoy watching, because I never used to enjoy the movies,
Oh.
but I finally found a way to watch the movies, and this is gonna sound like a backhanded compliment, even though it isn't.
Okay.
I enjoy treating it like a TV show. So like I will watch like a fourth or a third of the Lord of the Rings movie and then stop and then come back to it later.
Okay.
And then like I have found that it turns what is otherwise bad pacing into decent pacing. So yeah.
Fine.
It's slower than dirt.
It is slow.
It's slower than
good.
dirt. I don't need your million panning shots of a forest, bro.
Fuck yeah, you do. Oh,
no,
it's great.
I do not.
3 guys running up a mountain. I love it.
Yeah, I'm cool seeing that once or twice. I don't need to see it 45 times a movie.
I love that shit. Yeah, I don't know. That's
I love the really
epic.
Like I love the epic shit. Like I love the fucking "You Shall Not Pass," and I even like the more chill moments, like fucking just chilling, eating. But like the fucking panning shots over these mountains,
Oh, this great music.
Just the music is good. I'll give you that. But like no, it's not. Every time I think about fucking Lord of the Rings, I'm just reminded of the Kevin Smith 3 movies about walking to a fucking volcano.
Damn right.
Like just
yeah.
So
they're 3 of my favorites. But
yeah, the biggest reason I haven't got them on 4K yet is I'm like, I can't justify paying $65. That's for all 3 of them in 4K for a movie I'll watch maybe once every 5 years,
which is totally understandable. 100%.
So
I'm the kind of person who will throw 2 Towers on and just have that be always playing in my living room.
See, this is another part of it that makes it hard for me, is like I have trouble like doing a series, like just being like, I really like the 3rd Harry Potter, I'm gonna pop that one in.
Gotcha.
If I'm gonna go, I go from the start and do it over the course of a week, month, whatever. So like if I'm, for example, let's say I wanted to watch Star Wars right now, I would start with, unless it's a spinoff, my brain allows me to do the spinoffs fine,
sure,
like Rogue One. But like if I'm gonna do a mainline one, like I'm gonna I'm gonna watch Star Wars, I'm gonna put in A New Hope, and then the next day, a week or whatever, I'm gonna watch Empire, and then Jedi, and then I pretend those other 2 don't exist, and then Revenge of the Sith.
No, see, now you're cheating your own system. You gotta watch 1 and 2. Come on, we're gonna talk about trade.
Yeah. You gotta watch about 1. You can watch 1.
I
need to watch 2.
I love 1. That's definitely nostalgia goggles. I'm apparently the one person who still likes the pod racing portion. I think it's sick.
I love that shit. It's so good.
It's really good.
Dope.
People talk nonsense about it. It's like, yeah, it's just this intense race that like is not telling any story, but it's like there's no music and it's just the roaring of engines through this canyon. It's awesome. Whatever.
It's dope. No, I'm with you on pod racing. Okay. It's honestly the only one I really want to skip is episode 2. I don't like episode 2.
That last time we watched episode 2, I gained a newfound respect for it. Like I understand the pacing and the writing of dialogue is not good and could be better, but like the shit that they're talking about in setting up the Empire, which happened at the same time that the American government has been going through what it's going through. I was like, I gained a newfound respect for 2, man.
Yeah, I'll have to go rewatch it.
I mean, it'll still be bad. 2, It'll still be bad, but I like, fair. There are things I ended up liking about it.
And I straight up do like episode 1, just
It has
You
its
know,
issues. Like, it's not something I pop in to watch every now and then. It's certainly not on the level
no,
of 4 through 6.
yes, or it even three. I know I sound like a crazy person. I think three is a fantastic movie.
3 is a fantastic movie. Okay, here's my thing. 3, I want to sit down and watch.
Yeah, yes, absolutely.
And
Good. You
yeah,
should. It's a good movie.
I think I forget our rankings. I think I put 3 over 6.
I think you did too. I had three as number one.
Okay, I had
Which
4
I
as
know
number 1.
which I know a lot of people would heavily disagree
Yes,
with.
yes. Absolutely.
Like I really enjoy it. I realize it is hokey anime bullshit, but it is
Star
very
Wars.
fun
It's
hokey.
Star Wars.
Yeah, but like there's a level of mystique to episodes 4, 5, and 6.
Uh-huh.
There's a little bit of that. There's a little bit of that old, samurai filmmaker vibe to it. Versus like episode 3 is just an anime. It's real life anime. It's in every way possible.
Yes. Oh, so good.
And the memes, so many good memes.
And the memes were great. For a long, yeah, it was good.
But
best of luck to everyone who got laid off at Amazon working on video games. People seem to be enjoying what you are making, and certain people were certainly looking forward to this Lord of the Rings MMO. But
go join the World of Warcraft team. Apparently, they're going to keep needing more people. So
good call. That's actually a good call if you're gonna go to a team.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. Here's another messed up story. Let's get into this.
Oh, fucking Christ.
EA staff are struggling with management urging them to use AI for just about everything.
Yeah, so sources tell EA's use of AI tools creating flawed code could be leading to layoffs. They spent the last year encouraging its 15,000 employees to use AI for a wide range of tasks, from making code and concept art to advising managers how to speak to staff about subjects like pay or promotions. Other creative teams note that because they're expected to train AI software by feeding it their own work, the demand for character artists and level designers could fall dramatically. One former Respawn employee who worked as a senior QA role says he believes one of the reasons he was among the 100 people laid off this past spring is because AI was reviewing and summarizing feedback from playtesters, a job he usually did. Business Insider also received internal documents that showed that some EA employees are expected to complete AI training, use AI tools daily to speed up their work rate, and treat generative AI like a thought partner, asking it advice on things how to paraphrase questions when a promotion is denied.
This is gonna go so well. This is going well already. It's gonna continue to go well. I don't see any problems here. So they're trying to push AI to try and speed up development of things. It's going to lead to problems. They're going to fire people. They're going to rely more on AI to complete more of these things instead of hire new people. And it's all going to crash. They keep going this way.
Look, I am not like full AI doomer. I actually think that you can implement AI to make your workflow more productive and better.
Yeah.
I used it at my last job.
Right.
Like I used it for marketing. I used it to create marketing content. I used it to speed certain things along. We did certain automation processes with it. Like, hey, it was great.
There are ways,
but there are ways to do it. This shit is not the way. The use of artificial intelligence might be social and ethical issues that, if not managed properly, may result in legal and reputational harm that may negatively impact our brand and financial operating results, EA said. Then why are you... Look, like I said, I think if you implement it in a smart way, there is a benefit here. Absolutely. I think what Blizzard did, where they used it to help model like armor to all their different races and not have a guy have to sit there and do that. That's a perfect use for that.
Sure.
But I think that in general, like, this is, yeah, it
Well, this goes
sucks.
back to the problem with AI development isn't even necessarily the AI tool itself. It's that the people that are pushing for it and the people who are putting up millions and millions of dollars to make it a thing are people who just want to spend less on developer salaries and stop paying people and just get shit out, and they have no care for what happens.
Right, and I think that there's, and I also think that there's another part of it is like they're afraid to be left behind. And then
Well,
yes,
that's the
there's
FOMO, crypto NFT nonsense. But
yes,
yeah,
like
they're in those
that.
circles where they're not going to hear reasonable discussion about that.
Yeah, they're just going to hear that, you can cut, and hey, for most businesses, wages are the biggest part of your spending.
Yes.
And on the other side of that, though, it's like, I realize why you want to lower your wages, dude. I get it. Or lower what you spend on wages, but one, AI in itself is expensive. This is another cloud thing where one thing that's joked about in the software world is like organizations will say, we want to move everything to the cloud. And then their IT people will say, that's going to be really expensive and a bad idea. And like, no, it'll save money. We don't have to have servers and whatnot. And then the trial period or the initial period runs out and their cloud bill is like $1 bajillion. And they go to ask the IT people why. And they're like, well, we told you.
But that's the thing. The people that are telling them it's a bad idea, they want to cut those people from, work, so they don't have to pay them.
No, it's exactly like it's just very. It's like you hire these people for a reason, and it's like that to tell you that they are trying to save you money and time and misery, and the same can be applied to a lot of this game design shit. Like a lot of this EA stuff where it's just like, I'm telling you right now, as someone who had to use AI a lot on my last job, it's flawed. It has flawed outputs a lot of the time, and you need to proofread everything it sends you. Now, granted, it can cut your time down a lot.
Yes.
Certain research workflows, it cut my shit in half. It was awesome. Like getting information about certain things, cut my time in half.
I imagine you still have to check, what was given to you for when you pulled up the research.
Yes, absolutely. Every time, every single time. But and
even it's still an improvement.
Yes, it's still a massive improvement. Like I remember, the CEO of the company, and asked me like, well, what, why does this take so long still? And even with AI, I was like, well, because a lot of the time it gives me wrong answers, or gives me like answers that would have been right a year or two ago, but not now.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. There's a way to go about this, but I feel like, a lot of these people who drive the push for AI integration on this insane level are people who are not well tied into the actual processes of this business.
Yes, I think that if you had another tech person on staff to be like, hey, this is it, that would help.
Right.
But a lot of the times they're just blowing right past those people and be like, whatever, this saves me money, and then get burned by it. And it's the same thing that happened with cloud.
Right.
You still see it joked about in cloud.
Okay.
And you're still going to be joked about with AI. Like go on IT job TikTok and like listen to every IT person scream into the wind that no, on-prem, depending on the size of your business, is cheaper. Like
it's just a bummer because this is EA, so there's a bunch of games that people care about in here that could be negatively affected by this in the future.
Yes, absolutely, yes.
Like, and there are games such as maybe games that I play where like their future is already hanging in the balance with this new purchase, and really doesn't need other, people messing with it for no reason.
One of my EA games is entirely safe. Battlefield's not going to be affected by this really. Like, it's fine. But stuff like Split Fiction, oh yeah.
The stuff that like, because they're going to, I would think, which again, it may not be how they function, but I would think the people who are working on the stuff that is bringing you lots of money, you're not going to mess with. Whereas these smaller projects where you're not sure if you're going to get the return that you want, or that you're projecting for it, you're watching them like a hawk and eliminating whatever costs you can during, regardless of whether it works for the game or not.
Yeah.
And who knows? Maybe they still come for the big companies because they just don't know or don't care. We shall see. It's fun. EA is going through a fun 2025 EA. This is a fun story. We'll get to keep watching.
Funny thing is this year they put out 2 of their best games in ages.
Right.
Battlefield 6 is genuinely an amazing video game.
Right.
So is Split Fiction, and from what I've heard of Skate, it's good. So
I mean, Skate is controversial, but I think they've accomplished what you want from a Skate game for the most part.
Oh yeah.
It's very, very, very frustrating. But whatever. All right, keep watching. We'll see.
Right.
Let's see. Next news story. Which one is this one? Oh, right.
I made it right.
So, a Halo dev member, the original Halo, is sounding off on the campaign Evolved reveal. What's going on here?
So he has come out and said they are breaking what that game is. First thing is you aren't supposed to take the Warthog up to steamroll the hunters. I intentionally placed the rocks in the way so you had to fight them on foot. When you can just smash the crates out of the way, it wrecks the encounter. And he said, but the worst part, they put trees in the landing area of the woohoo jump. Lame. He says he continued, most people forced the Warthog through because of the hunters. The introduction of the hunter was supposed to be intimidating and difficult, but in the light, so you can understand them. Then you meet them in an enclosed dark area and they're even harder, but then you get the rockets and vehicles and turn the tables. It's a 3-act play of enemy design. You want to throw it in a blender, fine. It'll go down easier, but it's not going to taste as good. It's like the dance remix of a classic song that skips the intro and the bridge and just thumps the chorus over and over. Let's see. Oh, and later he offered, on further analysis, I'm sure it's because the vehicles take damage, and so you're just as likely to destroy the hog as get it over the rocks. If anything, that makes it worse because none of the vehicle tricks are going to work anymore. Man. And then he adds on sprint. He's not a fan of sprint in the remake of Halo. He says, he pointed out that the player was able to sprint in the Silent Cartographer Shaft vignette so fast that it broke the music transition, saying, who is this for? Then, if the world isn't scaled to sprint, you'll be able to trivially skip encounters.
Oh, right.
So, yeah, my thoughts on this are... Okay, I entirely agree with him.
Okay.
I entirely agree with him. I think that sprint is something that's been debated in Halo for a long time.
Yeah.
And I do think you can make it work, especially in a campaign environment for Halo, provided that you make the environment, build the environments around it.
Exactly.
The problem here is they are doing Halo 1 environments. So
it sounds like they're messing with the environments a little bit here and there.
A little bit, but it's like not, they're not making them realistically any bigger from what we've seen of the footage. And that's asinine in its own way.
Yeah.
And this kind of continues the trend of Halo Studios, no longer 343,
Right.
trying to make Halo its own and fucking up horribly.
Name change.
It's like
Name change does not change who you are, unfortunately.
as someone who was once a big fan of Halo,
Yes.
stop fucking with Halo. Just make a fucking Halo game.
Okay, see, if you want to make a Halo game with sprint and all the things that you enjoy doing in the newer Halos, make a new Halo game. Okay, if you just want to go back to bone basics of Halo, then just remake Halo as it was.
Or if you want to go back to bone basics, Halo 1, like, fine, but then you have to be prepared to rebuild the whole world for sprint.
Right.
And you're obviously not doing that. You're not putting that level of work into that. Just like you're adding 4-player co-op for online and Skulls, even though the game is, they did build the game for Skulls later, but you're not building the fucking game for the 4 players either. So okay, cool. Now that there's 4-player legendary co-op, you're just gonna fucking steamroll it super hard, because it was already not particularly super challenging game with 2 people on legendary, but now it's just gonna be like, okay, cool, you will smoke this,
right?
So it's like, dude, and Halo 1 is a game that is very atmospheric.
Yes.
It is the first game I've ever had to turn off because it was so fucking scary at points. Like the 343 Guilty Spark level. Boy howdy.
Yeah.
And when I was playing that, 13 years old, I was playing it a rainy night, got to the flood reveal, I'm like, and I'm done for the night. Hello.
The Flutter messed up.
So
yeah.
Yeah. So like, I think that putting sprint in this is a terrible idea. I think changing it, and like Halo 1 is not like a perfect game. The joke I always said is the second half of the game is just the game in reverse exploding.
Which I don't mind personally, but whatever. Yeah.
No, I think it's a great way to use assets, if anything, because you're in the same location. Like, it's smart. I totally get it. So yeah, I think that another quote is, I was a bit shocked to notice the big tree that they tried to block the Warhog was gone. What are your thoughts about the sprint toggle option? And his response was, making an option is the biggest red flag for dysfunctional design. When you have no vision for what this is supposed to be, there's the tools to fix it yourself. And I agree. I think that one thing that is lost in a lot of design like this is the fact that you don't have a vision for your game and you are just making product for product. Like, note it. Like, I want to run this out here. It's like, notice Mario and Zelda do not have difficulty sliders.
Right.
The game is the game. Like, it was like Dark Souls. There are some things in those games to make them easier. Certain power-ups, certain things you can do. There are some guides you can follow that make Elden Ring the most trivially easy game in the entire world.
Sure.
But I agree with that. Like, I agree with that statement of, yeah, okay, so you turn sprint off and you get the atmosphere, but then what are you losing? You're losing the ability to be more effective in combat.
I mean, I think that's an argument to be made of, if you can not use, it's the old Doom tweet, you control the buttons you press. If there's a way to play the game authentically, and that's the experience you want, and you have the ability to do that, then fantastic. Now, it doesn't sound like they did that. They still have like they're removing rocks and trees or whatever to make some certain things easier, regardless of what you choose. But it's I think there's a way to do it. I think there's a way to have people control what they do and can make it easier or more true to the original.
Well, I think in Doom's case, Doom Eternal, not Dark Ages, figured it out, where it's just like, yeah, that ice bomb thing doesn't, and a couple other things they did don't like affect the design in a way that pulls away from the core of Doom. This sprint makes original Halo in my opinion at least, objectively worse. It makes it just because, like you say, you just blow by encounters. In fact, that is a problem that even Halo Infinite had. Like, all right, cool, I'm just gonna go run around these dudes. Like it's not good design, I would say. It's not like it's designed for it like Call of Duty is. Like Call of Duty is sprint from point to point, slowly advance, sprint from point to point, slowly advance.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is not that. This is a dance. This is you're supposed to, all right, get in there for a bit. All my shields are down. Go back into cover for a bit. Like it's intended to be a slower game. So
I'm
yeah.
giving them the benefit of the doubt with this this line of argument, but I'm also wondering if there's like a OSB Studio disconnected. What are you talking about?
It looks like the stream crashed.
Oh, fun. What the hell? Stream has crashed. Am I online right now?
Yeah, you're online. I can hear you.
Okay. Well, we're still recording. So when we upload this,
we'll keep going. Well, yeah, that's the part that matters. All right.
I think that there's an argument to be made, and I'm not saying they're doing this on purpose, but I could see a line of logic of like Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Like remember the old games? Let's have a more casual, like fun time. Let's go. Remember Halo? Just go around and do this stuff.
See, the thing is, though, is like this is not what this is This is like we are introducing Halo to the new generation, and a whole generation in the case of PlayStation that might not have played it.
Right.
If you went PS2, 3, 4, 5, you never touched this goddamn game.
Right. Yeah.
So I think that it's not that. He answered some other questions.
Okay.
I think there are dozens of changes. Reload speeds are bigger, no health packs, falling damage that make the game slicker but ultimately less interesting. I mean, yeah, some of those came in later Halos, and I get that you want to make a modern game, but I also get his point of, original Halo. He answers a couple more questions here saying, aside from that thing, what are your thoughts on this game and what advice would you give the devs making it? Keep getting them checks. Remakes and remasters are soul destroying, and I feel for any dev working on one. And even if they do, they won't get credit. Bad situation unless you're getting paid. Do you think Halo Classic style of movement, being no sprint, would still do well in today's market? I feel like it would, and that is getting... that is when Halo was at its strongest. Now the multi-experiences we've had with 4 and on can't hold a population whatsoever. Probably not, but I'm not sure what the point is of a remake anyway. Nostalgia, a new gen of fans, occupying an enormous art team where you figure out what to do. Right. Is there something you do like about this announcement? They kept the music and the AI the same. It looks fine. I'm glad that I can play it on a Sony system.
Sure.
So yeah,
this spoils what could have been a really interesting experiment of like bringing an untouched Halo Combat Evolved to the PlayStation side and see what they think.
Thanks. Like, and if I'm being completely honest, I think that Halo 1 got a remake, and Halo and Gears of War got like just a tweaked remaster.
Yeah.
Right. I think they should have done this completely backwards. I think that the PS5 should have gotten the MCC, and I think that Gears 1 should have gotten the complete rework.
Yeah.
But
I think you're right on that.
I think that Halo 1, and like I know that the argument that I'm going to hear from people at 343 and higher ups and 343. Or sorry, Halo Studios. Sorry, you say a name for so long.
Yeah. It's
is the fact it was going to be, well, we need to, people are used to sprint and people are used to. It's like, great, bro. Then don't make a Halo game, I guess.
Right? Yeah.
Or make a new Halo game where sprint is the expectation.
Yeah.
You know, and even then there's still arguments about it because if you add sprint to a game like this, you entirely have to change the design of it.
Right.
You entirely have to change the size of the maps, the modes, the time to kill. You know, like you know, and by the way, the reason they're not doing a multiplayer with this probably is because of sprint is part of it.
Imagine having
Because could
sprint
you
in Blood Gulch.
yeah, imagine having sprint and Halo 1. Time to kill would be like what, 5 seconds? Jesus.
Well, so
sprint with the Halo 1 pistol. Oh my god.
It just occurred to me, like, I thought this whole thing with the campaign involved was like the Halo team's going to get back to, they're going to work on the original Halo, bringing it to Unreal, to one, get used to the Unreal Engine, but two, to like get back to the roots of what Halo is. And it sounds like they're mucking it up like what original Halo was in this attempt.
Right, because like it doesn't look like there's fall damage from what I can see in this gameplay video, which like that's a big part of Halo Destructive. But like I was kind of excited about the prospect of jackable vehicles like later in the series. But I think vehicle damage is a part of Halo where I'm just like, I don't want that in Halo 1 because of, like he said, all the crazy shit you can do with the Halo 1 vehicles because they don't break.
Right.
Especially the Warthog.
Yeah.
Oh god, how are they going to balance the Warthog run with breakable Warthogs?
That's where my mind immediately went to. Was like, all right, this could go really bad at the end.
That's all right, well, I'm gonna play this game because I'm a big Halo fan, but it feels just like my god, how are you gonna fuck up a remake of the original? It's not like you didn't even have to do much.
Right.
You literally just had to figure out how Halo 1's physics engine works within Unreal, and then, you know, convert the art style over and then just leave it alone. You know, like, god damn it.
I don't know.
Well,
I think they just need to move the collection over. Like you said, I think move the collection over, that would have been fine.
Yep. Nope, absolutely. And I think that would have been great for the collection because you would have got a whole bunch of population in it.
Yep.
I think that you know, you can still get matches in Halo 3 and Halo Reach, but it's kind of hard to get matches in other games. So it's you know, like I think that it would have been beneficial for that, bring back that community in a big way. I've been working on a script for a video about Halo where like Halo used to be the top of the fucking kingdom, top of the food chain. Like Halo was the biggest goddamn game in the world.
Right.
Everybody played Halo. Casuals, hardcores, competitive, campaign people. It was a game for everybody, and it was an amazing video game. And Microsoft took what was basically set, like when they took over, Halo was the second biggest game in the world behind Call of Duty. You know, Call of Duty had the advantage of being on all platforms. You know, Halo didn't.
Yep.
But and now it is a mid-tier live service game for dads.
Right.
That, you know, because it's, you know, it's old enough to where like they never got it in with a new generation.
Right.
You know, and most of the people who are playing Halo and into Halo and enjoy Halo are people who came in sometime during the Bungie games. You know, there are some people who did come in during those later games and they enjoy them, and I like parts of those games. I think the competitive multiplayer in Halo 5 is great. I really enjoy Infinite as its own thing, but they've never come close to the peaks of what they were doing.
Right.
And it's very clear, and it's, you know, and I think that they can't hold population, and it's, you know, every time like, how is this happening? It's like, dude, you're not making fucking Halo games.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
they had some good ideas with the last one. Man, they need to, if they make a new Halo, They need to make it so he has a grappling hook permanently. I think. You know?
In the campaign he does, and once you fully upgrade it, you basically can use it all the time.
Yes.
You know, that Halo Infinite, if the game that was finished, the finished Halo Infinite that like came along, you know, God, how long ago later? Like a year and a half, 18 months after the launch of that game. If that was the game that released, we'd be having a very different conversation about Halo right now.
Yeah.
We'd be having a very different conversation. It would be, man, they really nailed it with Infinite. It's still going. It's a great time. Versus the conversation now of, man, look at them puppeting around this corpse. Isn't that neat?
Oh, it sure is.
Yeah.
It sure is.
So yeah.
Yeah. The campaign Evolved is not. It doesn't seem like it has some great reactions. It seems like the problems with Halo are going to continue.
Yep.
So, all right, we'll keep an eye on that, as we always do with Halo.
Yep.
All right, next news story.
All right. Next news story. Speaking of Halo.
Shit. Yeah. So ICE compared Hispanic people to the Flood.
Yeah, so the White House put out so the story when GameStop put out a like, haha, the console wars are over thing, like dumb marketing thing. Like, that's funny. Okay.
GameStop's
GameStop. And then the White House got into it by posting a picture of Donald Trump in a Master Chief outfit saluting, with responding to it and saying, "Power to the players."
What?
All right. Also, there's 40 stars on the American flag. Don't worry about that.
Don't worry about it.
We're gonna lose 10 states soon. Don't worry. And then later, Homeland Security puts out an image from Halo 1. It's Master Chief and the Warthog. It says, "Destroy the Flood. Join.ice.gov." And then the text with it on Twitter was, "Finishing this fight." And the use of the Flood here is to clear comparison to immigrants ICE rounds up for deportation. Wow.
They're bad people. Bad people.
Yeah, like, and the worst part about this is so something similar happened with Pokemon earlier in the year.
Yes.
And Pokemon Company came out and said, "We didn't authorize this." Yeah, no.
Right.
This was not us.
Nope.
Microsoft has said nothing when asked for comment. Said nothing, posted nothing, did nothing.
Because they know if they do, like, they'll just start shutting down business deals and breaking up companies because they feel like it.
Yep. And then Marcus Leto, who was the art director on the game, Combat Evolved, said he called the ICE post absolutely abhorrent. "It really makes me sick seeing Halo co-opted like this." The game file also spoke to Jamie Grieschmer, the person who was quoted on the last article we discussed, saying he was less bothered by the Trump post, but took issue with the ICE post. Saying, quote, "Using Halo imagery in a call to destroy people because of their immigration status goes way too far and ought to offend every Halo fan regardless of political orientation. I personally find it despicable. The Flood are evil space zombie parasites and are not an allegory for any group of people." He's continued, "I think Halo's world is rich and has a wide array of layers that reward a deeper look, and it has had an outsized impact on the culture, so it's easy to read into it and see elements of current or historical events. But it was not written as an allegory to any specific religion or political party or movement. The prophets are not popes, the grunts are not Wahhabis, and the Flood are definitely not illegal immigrants. The Master Chief is not a Christ figure, and Cortana is not the Virgin Mary, I guess." And then sorry, I heard an alarm go off in my house, and it's just something.
Yeah, just be aware.
So, and then in an interview White House Deputy Press Secretary told reporter Alyssa Mercante, yet another war ended under President Trump's watch. Only one leader is fully committed to giving power to the players, and that leader is Donald J. Trump. That's why he's hugely popular with American people and American gamers.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh. Yeah, okay. So, and then okay, so this is abhorrent. I completely agree with the devs here.
Yes.
This is the fact that you are trying to, first off, of all the games to pick, the most boomer ass game in the world. Sure, okay. And second off, and just
Yep, it's bad. And
also, this is the second time this year we've had to talk about a story like this.
And they're going to keep going. Like, they can just churn out some AI video or whatever and throw it out there. They don't have to worry about getting anyone's permission because no one's going to fight them on this because the government will be wielded against them. So, yeah.
Yep. So, yep.
That's that. Fuck these fascists. That's all I got to say.
Yep, pretty much. Just Jesus fucking Christ.
Yep.
All
right. Moving on.
I normally don't want to age quicker, but man, 2028 can't come soon enough.
Yeah.
Oh.
Every year. May you always live in interesting times.
No. Oh my God.
You start to recognize, like, man, Lord of the Rings, when the hobbits are talking about the Shire, it's like, damn, man, the Shire. We didn't know how good we had it.
I just want to wake up and not have to worry about political news or crazy shit happening. It would be so nice.
I would like to think this is just a large spike, and there are so many aspects of it that seem unstable and unwieldy.
Just, I mean, look, the general public for the most part has been even conservatives I know are like, oh yeah, this is abhorrent, and I will not vote for this.
Right.
So
just need to see it happen.
Just here's hoping.
Yeah.
And hopefully their opposition actually opposes. That'd be nice.
That'd be good. There's also, stuff like Republican donors buying voting machines, companies and things like that. So they're working on, getting a third term for Trump, working their way around the Constitution. They're, it's an ongoing fight. But yeah, the opposition needs to get their stuff together, and it's the establishment of the opposition that is low key for some of these things, but they just like being polite about it, and that's something they have to reckon with before the 8.
Also, isn't he 79 years old?
Yes. Yep.
We can really rock, assuming he makes it to next term. We can really fucking rock with this man into his 90s. Is that the game plan here?
They're also working on JD Vance, making him work. Multiple people are interested in grooming him for that. So have that to look forward to.
Oh, good. President couch fucker. That's what we all want.
Man, I would take a couch fucker if that was his worst crime at this point.
You know what? You're right. You see that shit this week with him and Erica Kirk?
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh man, I'm more judgy of her in this instance. I'm like, you really loved your husband so much, huh?
Very much. Very much.
Really. I think I sent you that post of she posted that tweet morning, and then the next a week later, just we're going back to work being the podcast, and just below it is the I'm posting a group. Well, he's not getting any better. Back to work. And I was just like,
Yep.
All right, let's
The
get
bit
back
of
to video
despair.
games.
This is I'd rather be. I'd rather be in the despair of video games. That's where this story has driven me. Let's get back to the despair of video games. These stories.
Sorry, I posted the Halo story twice.
Oh,
so,
whoops. Okay, well, we'll skip that then.
Yeah. The next one is the Don Matrix story.
Oh, good. Okay. Doom designer Sandy Peterson alleges former Xbox boss Don Matrick killed Ensemble Studios. He's a studio killer. It's what he did at EA, and it's Halo MMO to protect his personal stock bonus. I believe that.
Oh, I do too. Let's get into it. So Doom level designer Sandy Peterson took to Twitter. I'm never gonna call it X. Fuck off.
It's just out of habit. But anyway, yeah.
No, I refuse. It's a dumb name.
It's a dumb name. It doesn't mean anything. Twitter means something.
Yeah, like it's, Twitter was something that was like built and, so anyway.
Yeah.
To explain the closure of Ensemble Studios where he worked in the 2000s. According to Peterson, Ensemble, its development in Halo MMO were scuttled by Xbox boss Don Matrick to protect a short-term profit-based bonus he was eligible to receive. In 2008, they started planning a gigantic MMO set in the Halo universe. We codenamed it Titan. It was to take place tens of thousands of years ago, before the Halos were set off and destroyed all sane life in the galaxy. Peterson was in charge of sketching out the setting and the lore of the primeval galaxy, and he said that Titan was in an advanced stage of development when it was canceled, which is corroborated by prior accounts of the game's development. And then there's an album of screenshots and models allegedly from the original project. It does look like an MMO at that time, and it does look like the Bungie Halo art style. So, there you go. Take that how you will. But continuing on, Peterson claims the lowest estimate we at Microsoft had for the game's total income was $1.1 billion, which was staggering for any game at the time. For context, reported in 2021, the entire Halo franchise had reached 81 million copies sold. Back of the napkin math at $60 a copy puts the revenue from game sales around $5 billion after 20 years of existence. The game's development, yes, that is a projection. You were right, but still, and while a possible typo, Peterson notes that Titan development started in 2008. That doesn't line up with prior accounts of the game, which have the project starting in 2004 and getting canceled mid-2007 around Don Matrick's July 2007 ascension as head of Xbox.
It's a big typo. Peterson, 8's far away from 4.
It is.
Okay.
But I've also made typos like that, so
all right.
Yeah. Peterson said Titan's Alliance and Horde would have been the human-like Forerunners and the Covenant. Some of the leaked art and screenshots look contemporaneous with the mainline series, while others have more fantasy look in line with what Peterson describes. It's possible that Titan might have been involved in travel of some kind, or else consistently with settings, supposed far future aesthetics, like what we saw in Knights of the Old Republic. But it was all brought to naught when Don Matrick realized that his stock bonus was based on the income Microsoft had from games in 3 years. You see, we estimated 3.5 years to finish Titan if we did it right, and that's beyond Matrick's drop dead date. So by firing all of Ensemble, he didn't have to pay for our expensive studio for 3 years, and he didn't care about Titan. All he lost was a game studio who never sold less than 3 million copies of everything we made. I don't believe he did justice to Microsoft stockholders, but hey, Don started as an EA hatchet man, so what would you expect? A harsh assessment of former Xbox honcho, and this isn't the first time Peterson recounted the story last year. Peterson discussed the downfall of Ensemble and Matrick's role in it on the Board with Nelly show on YouTube. Peterson doesn't elaborate if he has concrete evidence indicating that this was Matrick's motivation or his assessment based on Ensemble's closure and Matrick's contract. Ensemble shutdown made little sense in terms of Xbox's long-term health and profitability. Peterson and Pottinger both pointed out the studio's games were consistently successful from a sales perspective. We have a plan. We're not in it in the way we used to be, he said. They're making the choice they needed to make to be profitable and make the right choice for the shareholders and things like that. It's hard to look at the stuff Ensemble's done, equate those two things, and justify it in the sense. And then they talk about how most people really hated Don Matrick.
Yeah.
So,
that man cared about his cars and a garage to fit them all in.
Yeah. Look, yeah, he is kind of universally hated
Yep.
amongst the game industry. The last news we have about Don Matrick was he is the co-founder and co-president of MDGB Capita, a private company that manages a group of assets and operating companies through North America, and serves as an advisor to many high-tech ventures such as Photonic, Nordeus, Dapper Labs, and HiveStack.
Okay.
And he was also made a member of the Order of British Columbia in 2024. He is a 2017 Distinguished Entrepreneur of the Year.
Ah.
And here's my advice to anybody who is taking advice from him. All right, so this is what you do. You get all of his advice and you do the opposite.
There you go.
Just do the exact opposite of what he says, and you'll probably be wildly successful. Wildly successful.
So if your goal is to just worry about profits, and like if gaining profits is like short-term profits, and you do not care about screwing over people or screwing over the things that you're currently making, or that like for long term, like then you're golden. That's what he's good at. Even if it's just firing people.
But no, in the long term, you will fuck yourself. Look at
if you do not have other
Xbox.
things to purchase to milk dry, like that man, I bet is a great like private equity kind of person. Just grab stuff, get all the wealth out of it, kill it. You'd be good at that.
Yes.
Fuck.
So that has been a slogan of I remember back in the day at the old website, I had a crash out in 2011 over that man saying he is ruining Xbox.
Right.
And boy howdy, I did not realize how right I was.
I don't think anyone could. I don't think anyone like saw that press conference in 2013 coming.
Man, let me tell you, there has been multiple times in the game industry where I have felt like a fucking prophet.
Sure.
Like I especially like last week when we had that story about Xbox and then a leak happens the next day and Duncan's like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, how are you right about this? I'm like, I've been looking at this a long time and I know where the wind blows.
I think he's learning the lesson also that I learned years past, which is like you can't think like a rational person. You can't be like, well, surely this is what they'll do. Not how they go. Not how they do things.
No, it's not. It's not at all.
And I can't change the way I think to the way they think unless I were to watch them intently, which I don't.
See, I absolutely like understand the way they think. I don't like it.
Right.
I want to add that I do not like it, but I do understand it. I have to sit here and be like, I mean, okay, well, what is the most fucking incompetent, but short-sighted but profit-motivated thing possible? And I'm like, and it's like, it's this. Yeah. Every time it's this. Now, I think what Xbox's current bets are like, they're trying to make the best of a bad situation.
Sure.
Like, they're at the point of like throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks, and this move to PC doing this thing is, it's another one of those.
Yeah.
So
no, but like 2013, like you were not even expecting what they did then.
I thought they were in a bad spot. Like, I thought like
PS3 was on the rise at that point.
PS3 was hard on the rise or had been. And like, I remember, that conversation that I and a lot of people I knew didn't agree with me, where it was like, guys, it's all third-party games and Gears, Halo, Forza, Fable.
Yep.
That's all they do now. That's it. Those are the 4 things they make. And the Connect games. And
that's right. The Connect really did not help.
Like so it was all, and that's all they were doing. And hey, those at the time were all amazing games.
Yes.
Like, I can't be mad at those games because, like, I loved Halo Reach. Gears 3 was great. Fable 3 was not.
Wasn't as good, but people liked Fable 3.
Yeah, I you know what, I had a good time with it at points. Like, it's not a bad game. It's an okay game. And yeah, Forza 4 was the peak, right? Like, that was the best
proper,
one.
yes.
Yeah, for regular Forza. And then where are we today? They own a bunch of third-party studios. But what are the big games they're promoting next year? Allow me to post this in the chat for you.
Let me see here.
You can pull this up. I know
if I can pull this up, I'm gonna try.
You produce them.
I'm gonna produce the hell out of this and see what happens here. You never know what happens when I mess with this. This is all held together with gum and duct tape. So just let me
balsa wouldn't hope, here. Baby. Balsa wouldn't hope.
Is this?
Hey!
This is this. Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah. Look. Okay. So Forza Horizon 6. Horizon is a fantastic series.
I Japan Forza Horizon. I can't get mad at that. That's gonna be
a fun time.
That's gonna be a good time.
Fable, they've been gone long enough that it could be interesting to see what's going on over there.
And it's by a very talented studio. It's by the Forza Horizon team.
Yep.
Playground Games. So okay. All right.
Gears of War is in a really weird spot. I don't know. We'll see.
I think of all the games that have been made in-house at Microsoft by something that hasn't been purchased by them, but actually developed internally, Gears has been there by far the strongest. So,
yeah.
And
then Halo, we talked about Halo in a prior segment.
Yeah, we talked about it. So, yeah.
They're spending their time going back to an original Halo and then changing it in weird ways. And that's how they're spending their Halo release this year. It's good that they're still hitting on those 4, but man, they've been dropping the ball on others and then just leaving others to sit. And I just the bummer.
What?
So I don't know.
It's oh, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
It's the slow death of Xbox will be studied for years.
And that's the thing, is that it's not even a death. But I was thinking back on this. Like, it's, as a company, it's going to do great. It's going to continue to make money publishing these titles for PlayStation and PC. But
it's just, as a platform holder, it's not great.
Well, I mean, at this point, like, I was thinking about this a couple days ago. There's 2 ways to think about this. Either it's dead, and they're just kind of going through the motions, like, keep the console stuff going. But, like, otherwise, like, they make more money with less work, just dropping their own console and moving to just releasing PlayStation and PC. That's one. And the other is they're going to lay low until their 10-year deal with Call of Duty cross-platform runs out, and they're like, "Hey, we got a console for you."
Rug pull like a motherfucker.
Let PlayStation be itself, and just like all front runners do, when they're not feeling threatened, they start getting worse and worse, and then all of a sudden the deal runs out, and they swoop in. We got a console and Call of Duty.
And they do it with everything. Doom, Elder Scrolls, Starfield. They whip it off of all the other stores. So if you don't already own it, just
they could do
I don't think it would ever happen. I don't think it would happen, but it'd be funny.
It would be funny.
It'd be really funny.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good. Man, I don't know. I have been slowly getting myself out of that ecosystem over the course of the year. I have my Game Pass through January. Otherwise, but even then, I've been buying my Microsoft games. I think the only ones that I've been playing via Game Pass has been Ninja Gaiden.
Okay.
Like, I bought Outer Worlds. I was just like, no, fuck you.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's one of those things where it's just like I want to use their launcher as little as humanly possible.
Yeah.
The only reason I'm keeping it installed once Game Pass is up is I do own games on there. I own I own a bunch of stuff on that store through Play Anywhere, or I bought the original PC version, stuff like Halo Wars 1 and 2.
Right.
Forza 7, Forza Horizon 3, 4, 5.
But that's the thing, is it just becomes another launcher. And so you'll have that there to go play those games when you need to. But it's that's the same as EA, it's the same as Ubisoft, it's the same as Epic.
Yep. And I think I see two big concerns with Microsoft going away as a platform holder. One, it just lets Sony do whatever the fuck they want.
Right.
Which is terrifying to think about.
It's it'll happen again, as it always does.
Yeah, no, it will. It absolutely will. And then I think the other issue I see is there's one big advantage to platform holders like Sony and Microsoft that I don't think it's talked about enough, is it's games like these, where it's these big, polished, AAA fucking masterpieces, stuff like Death Stranding, Ghost of Yotei, that are like, we made this for the one platform. It is specialized. We put all the time and money and care into the world into it, and it's this awesome project. And we don't necessarily entirely care how it does financially, because it's also going to sell some boxes.
Right.
And I think that is a lost art, or it's becoming a lost art. Nintendo is kind of the last. Nintendo is still doing it, and Sony's putting out 1 or 2 a year.
Right. Yeah. And this goes to the changing way that people tend to just play games at this point, which is very much a social experience. People aren't playing. I mean, there are people who play single player games plenty, but yeah, I think it's just falling
absolutely.
out of favor.
And that sucks. That sucks.
It does.
I think it's a bummer.
It's tough because I'm experiencing that, and I'm trying to articulate why that is.
I was just gonna say, like, do you know why that is? Because for me, I get I get off I get off of work, or I get off of running errands, and like the house is clean, I want to relax, and like a lot of the time, the last thing I want to do is socialize with a bunch of fucking people.
Right.
And it's I want to go absorb myself in a game.
Mm-hmm.
And get really into that world, that experience.
I think that I'm not willing to commit the amount of time to finish anything like a single player game, for one. Whereas a multiplayer social experience, I can jump in for 15 minutes to an hour to 2 hours, non-committal, go in.
I mean, I think you can still do that with single player games. I mean, obviously, it would take you longer to finish. Like, if you're doing 1 hour a night of Ghost of Yotei, it would take you about a month to finish.
Right. For me personally, I don't know how much this is other people, but I'm just like, I'm not, at this point, the way I engage with media, I'm not really committing to a lot of, this includes like TV shows. Like, I'm just not ready to commit to, all right, to complete this, I need to do this, 5-10 times. There are a few media properties that I'm like, all right, let's go. I'm ready to fully buy in on this and consume it all.
I have run into that with TV shows for me.
Okay.
Is like, it's very hard to get me invested in a TV show. There are some that have done it. I will say it is advantageous if they do a week-to-week release schedule.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I used to hate that when I was watching more television.
Right.
But now, like, it's nice that, okay, we watched the episode of Twisted Metal for the week. Now we have to, we wait around for the full week.
Exactly.
Versus, versus, like, I don't know, 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 like, I versus like I watched Suits earlier this year.
Mm-hmm.
It's the first time I watched through a long finished TV show like that in ages.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, I was, I was doing stuff, and I watched through 9 seasons of television over 2 months. Just every day, I would watch like 4 or 5 episodes of Suits.
Dang.
And I had it on the second monitor, had it on the primary sometime, had a great time.
All right.
But that is something that I think is I feel like it's so hard for me to commit to TV. Now, when I do find a show I'm into, though, I fucking go hard, dude.
Right. Yeah.
I go super hard. But like otherwise, like my girlfriend and I watched Wednesday, and we were watching it as it came out, so it was really easy to get through, the 8 episodes of Wednesday. Same thing with trying to think what else we watched as it came out recently. Sakamoto Days. We watched that as it came out. Nice and easy, 22 minutes a week. Bing bang boom.
Yeah.
I think what I run into issue is like everyone and their mom tells me to watch One Piece, especially because I love Dragon Ball. No. Absolutely not.
That's kept me from watching a lot of animes. I got to sit down and all right, let's go.
Yeah. 1,140 episodes.
Yep.
Dude, that is longer than you can probably watch Dragon Ball twice, like from original to super.
Maybe.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
But I see. I'm very curious about how you feel at the other end. All the characters you come attached to, and the potential of what a big ending to that would look like.
Yeah. Yes.
It's a huge commitment.
But it's a huge commitment, and I don't want to fall off it, because I've had that happen too, where like, I'll be part of the way through a show and then just drop off.
Yeah.
Entirely.
It sucks. It's a bad feeling, but
it's partially why like I would rather, and I've had this thought process with games too, is I would rather have something be shorter, more focused. Just it makes more sense, like for me personally. Like I keep track of like my favorite games of the year, right? Throughout the years I play them, and I kind of rank them as the year goes on. And Donkey Kong Bonanza being only about a 25-hour game for me, and I got about a little over half of the 2/3 of the collectibles in the game. Kind of a decent amount of outfits. Really played the game. 25 hours, real sweet spot.
Okay.
It's great. I highly recommend it. Same thing with Expedition 33, about 40 hours. Nice, quick in and out. I think I spent that. What?
40 hours is not a quick in and out, but I understand what you're trying to say.
Okay, but like, let's compare that to Cyberpunk.
See, I know.
Where that is an 80+ hour video game.
Yeah, Persona 5. Yeah, I know.
Like, I have been playing Metaphor ReFantazio for about a year, off and on. Because Metaphor ReFantazio is a 70-hour game, and if you do side content, and I am doing side content because I'm enjoying it, it can be 90 to 100.
Yep.
So it's, like, and games are getting longer and longer and fucking longer. So like playing, yes, like it's not like it was back in the day where like, during the 360 generation, like I feel like the sweet spot mark was about 15 hours. That was like that was most, if a game can hit 15 hours, that was real good value. You look back to how long it took to beat Halo. Halo was like a 6-hour game, dude.
Right.
Call of Duty was like a 5-hour game, 4-hour game.
No, the
depending on which
2000s, you were
one.
aiming for like 6 to 10.
Yeah, maybe 15. RPGs were obviously an exception.
Yes.
But yeah, and I think that's part of why I have such trouble finishing RPGs. I currently have, it's by far the biggest reason I haven't made progress in Baldur's Gate.
Right.
Yeah, like I currently have a playthrough, actually 2 playthroughs if you count the one with my girlfriend. I have a playthrough of Baldur's Gate going. I have a playthrough of Cyberpunk going. I have a playthrough of Digimon Time Strangers going. I have a playthrough of Persona 3 Reload going, and a playthrough of Sea of Stars going. All are RPGs that are well over 50, 60 hours. And that's the ones, and Metaphor as well. And that's the ones I have trouble with. If your game is like 40 hours, dude, like, yeah, that's a lot of time. Like, don't get me wrong. It's definitely on the longer side of a video game, for sure. But, when I'm looking at some of the other stuff, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's not bad at all.
Yeah.
And then for something like Ninja Gaiden 4, where it's like 15 hours, I'm like, that's like nothing.
Right.
That's like, okay, cool. 3 hours of night for a week. Less, actually.
True. Very true.
Now, whether or not you're interested in enjoying it, that's your own prerogative. But it's
this comes to another reason that specifically to me and maybe my demographic. I don't think this certainly does not apply to the younger people who may be moving away from single player games. But it's been also just this thing of like, I played a lot of video games. I played a lot, and I'm feeling the moment. I'm feeling like I want to spend my time doing other things now. I feel like I've hit that mark.
I definitely think that's part of it. Is like, for some reason they appeal to my brain, and to be fair, I'm more than willing to branch out into shit I normally don't play.
Sure,
but that they appeal to my brain in a way, and I like to see how different developers are handling the same concept. Like that. Like, I normally don't like CRPGs, but I gave Baldur's Gate 3 a real shot, and I've played 25 hours of it so far. And it's nice. I've been really enjoying my time with it. But it's definitely one of those games where the time commitment is high. But then again, I look at Battlefield, and I'm like, I've played 26 hours of that game, and I've barely played with friends.
Absolutely, but the point is the commitment. It's
I can play 45 minutes of Battlefield, and that's a match, maybe two, depending on how bad things go. We're good.
Right, yeah.
Versus, if I really want to make progress in Cyberpunk, I have to commit an hour or two. If I want to commit, Digimon Time Stranger kind of varies because you can at least grind.
Right.
You can at least grind a bit. But yeah, I think that there's definitely a side of video games when it comes to single player where one, people are almost always going to prefer hanging out with their friends.
Yep.
It's most people are social creatures. They like hanging out with their friends. My issue is most of my friends don't want to play the games I like playing.
Right.
None of y'all motherfuckers want to grind out fighting games for 12 hours.
I really don't. I gave it a try that one year.
Yep, and that's understandable. None of y'all motherfuckers want to play Battlefield, so yeah.
But I think this brings up an interesting point of the rise of the multiplayer and the diminishment of single player. It didn't coincide with it immediately, but just the rise of being able to connect on the internet and being able to play. The moment we were given the option, I think the transition didn't happen immediately, but I think people just enjoy playing with other people, if not just their friends.
They enjoy playing with their friends, and the issue for me is personally with a lot of the popular multiplayer games, your Repos, your Peaks, to me they are barely games.
Right.
And they're just a vehicle to interact with your friends. And I'm like, no, I want to play a fucking video game, though.
Yeah.
At the same time. And the reality is a lot of people don't like that level of engagement. They just want a vehicle to interact with their friends.
Right.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
And sometimes you get a perfect fusion. Like, I think Animal Crossing is a sweet middle ground. It's actually why I'm kind of pumped for this new Animal Crossing update and hoping a bunch of people come back.
Right.
But if I sit down and try and tell, people who are not in the gamer circles, hey, let's start a playthrough of Baldur's Gate together. They're gonna be like, oh, that's fucking way too hard. Fuck this.
There's I'm part of a game group that plays No Man's Sky, and they have the ship update where you can build your own personal ship, and it's really cool. But I'm not putting any more time than the 3 hours that we're playing together each week. Like that's it. And so it's very slow. And then my friends progress faster because they're spending more time. I'm just like, I'm not putting that time in. It's just not happening.
And you know, that's actually part of like what our Destiny raid group problem was, is like you had the people who were putting in a shit ton of time, like Luna, David. Then you had like me putting in like medium amount of time. And then you had like you and Anthony doing like, you know, above average amount of time, but not like crazy time. And it's just like you saw that in the builds and the performance on build options and damage.
Yeah.
You know, so it's and it makes a game like that harder. It's why I actually really think back to Halo, funnily enough, or Left 4 Dead as perfect middle grounds. I think Helldivers is a perfect middle ground. I think those are the kind of.
I'm trying to think of like, you know, you got to build up to the difficulty and all that, but I think that's not a huge deal. And then unlocking, you know, weapons and stuff, like a lot of the standard weapons work just fine. You do have to put in time to unlock some cool stuff, but like the bare bones stuff is still fun.
Yeah, like I think that like those kind of games are the sweet spot for me personally. Cause like I'm gonna be real, dude. I look at a game like Peak or Among Us, I'm like, this is cool, but this is not my bag. This is not my thing.
That's fair.
I you know, I am so disengaged with what this is. You know,
Sea of Thieves was a good one.
Sea of Thieves was another good middle ground game. It's just that you had how much people wanted to engage in PvP.
Right. Yeah, the investment is in getting good at PvP. That's the thing where you have to like actually try and get good at.
Yeah, and like on our crew, we had like 1.5 people who were committed to getting good at PvP.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's, you know, I think that, and that said, I think single player games are doing better than ever. It's just that they have, you know, time windows of life because you finish them.
Right.
You know, they're done. Like my favorite 2 games of the year are single player games, but I'm going to play them significantly less than I'm going to play Battlefield 6. You know?
Yeah.
Also, a bunch of people in our Discord and that listen to the show should buy Battlefield 6 and play it with me.
Exactly. If Anthony's interested, we should jump back into that Warhammer 40K game with the co-op campaign.
He probably is. I'd be I want to finish that. That's on my to-do list. It's just that I feel like aligning adult schedules is a
That's another thing. Yeah, even with the rise of the more social games, aligning schedules is still hard.
Well, and then for me, it's like a mood thing too. It's like I like playing certain games with my friends. Like that Warhammer game was a lot of fun, but I have to be in the mood for it, and It's not always the mood I'm in when my friends are available. And it's like, well, fuck, you know, like you know, like I've been enjoying Recreation recently, that new Burnout like, and I'm just like, it'd be cool to play with some friends, but also, will I say that? Are any of my friends online when I was playing that game at 1 a.m. last night? No.
Right.
Is the answer.
Yes. Yep.
So yeah. Anyway, let's get to the next news story.
To the next news story. I thought I let that go because I thought it was an interesting conversation.
Speaking of games that you play with friends.
Yes. This was, you know, this game. Monster Hunter Wilds post-launch sales continue decline in latest Capcom results. Wild sold just 160,000 copies in the latest reporting period. Now neck and neck with Worlds, which is not where you want to be for a new game.
Yeah, that's fewer than the previous quarter, which was 477,000, which Capcom called soft. This also explains why my Capcom stock went down a lot this month. It barely made Monster Hunter Wilds barely made Capcom's top 10 for the quarter, selling fewer copies than Street Fighter 6 or Devil May Cry HD, and even Monster Hunter Rise.
Yeah.
It's been a hugely successful, doing 10 million copies in the first month. It's also currently at least the best-selling game of the year in terms of dollar sales. However, the drop off has been significant in terms of players. For example, Monster Hunter World doubled its sales in 2 years. This is and that was helped by Iceborne and a 2-pack later on. World has virtually sold the same number of units as Wilds, but yeah. So yeah, and they said, well, part of this is the PS5 having a higher price point, but they say, hey, that's kind of bullshit because when have these systems ever been super cheap?
Mm-hmm.
They haven't. And then they also say Capcom should now sure to refocus on quality and give fans what they want with Resident Evil Requiem. I think that the biggest things is the PC version played like shit.
Right.
I was not affected by this, and my girlfriend actually, thankfully, got the PC version, but got it tweaked to being fine in terms of performance.
Okay.
I would have to double check with her on this, but I don't think we had a PC crash. I would have to double check.
Yeah.
But I don't think we had problems on the PC version, so yay there, I guess.
Right.
But yeah, like that game had an ass load of technical issues at launch, especially on the PC version. And yeah, man, it was, like the content updates have not been.
They have not
amazing.
been lighting the world on fire. People have not been super thrilled.
I came back for the Street Fighter one. I got my Akuma outfit. It looks cool.
Yeah.
And it's not that I don't want to play it. Like this is a multiplayer game that I was fucking loving with you boys.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was fun as hell.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
You want to talk about a multiplayer game that I want to get the fucking SGK posse together for? Cool, buddy. Let's go.
Right.
But I also think that it's, one of those games where, right now it's just not, it's not it, man. Like
it's tough because I feel like the Monster Hunter crowd is one that from the outside looking in is difficult to gauge, what it is that they're interested in. They're a lot of them are still playing World and Rise. I feel like there's a similar situation to an MMO crowd or a fighting games crowd where this series is known for a certain kind of thing, and the latest game has been chasing a more casual crowd, and in doing so has alienated some of the veterans. And I don't know.
And I think they haven't done really a job, promoting their stuff. Like they apparently had a Halloween event. Didn't know shit about
that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the stuff from the Halloween event. It's awesome. They make your chicken raptor you ride look like a stuffed animal.
Oh wow!
Yeah, they have a headless horseman outfit. It goes until November 12th. Okay, I need to get a Monster Hunter.
I want to see. I need to see this outfit. Okay.
Hold on. I need to send a picture of this to my girlfriend and tell her we need to get on Monster Hunter.
Halloween items. Yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed what I played of Wilds. And I liked the items you could get. And then getting with a group of people is just a fun time.
We should get a Monster Hunter night.
I'm open to that. I gotta say, I'm open to that. I like some of these items.
Yeah, dude. I like that headless horseman outfit. Looks dope. That Pumpkin King outfit looks sick as fuck.
I like the idea of making your little Palico a ghost.
That's like I like that too. Oh man. See, and the thing is like this was my girlfriend's first Monster Hunter. It's my second one that I'm putting real time in. I got on Rise and fell off it pretty quick.
Right.
And I really, really I really like this game, but I'm also not like a diehard. Like I liked World. I played a lot of World. Uh, like I liked World a lot, but I'm not like super turbo sweaty Monster Hunter guy. So for me, and this is my girlfriend's first Monster Hunter, so for us to play this together, it was great. It was a great time. I fucking loved it.
Right.
Like I had an awesome time with it. And they supposedly they've continued to improve their performance on the PC version. This seasonal event looks cool. The Final Fantasy crossover seems interesting.
Sure.
So I hope they keep working on it. I hope they put out an update that more people are into.
Yeah, write down on Monster Hunter. Actually might be fun.
Yeah. I'm gonna take that down right now. it's
Yeah, I think that's a good time. I think that's something that we can absolutely get 4 people together for.
Oh, I mean, we got it earlier in the year.
We did. Yeah. So.
All right.
Next story.
Yeah. So next story. Let's do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I was gonna say, well, yeah, and that's just Capcom.
Capcom's.
They're having
a rough one, but Requiem's coming, and that one's got some hype behind it.
And to be fair, Sea Viper just came with Street Fighter, and she's pretty dope.
Right, Sea Viper. Oh man, yeah. Street Fighters. Still Street Fighter. It seems like it's a good game. Still.
Yep.
So good for them. Yeah, this is just a little stumble with Monster Hunter. Still had great sales right at the beginning, so I don't know.
Yeah. So next up, I've never heard this name in a while.
I know. I saw this name. I was like, oh my god, he's back. Oh, let's go.
Let's see. So Peter Molyneux, it's about redemption. Peter Molyneux says Masters of Albion will make up for decades of overpromising things.
Will it? Is that just another promise?
That's my thoughts exactly. He's had a 43-year career, led the creation of titles such as Fable, Populous, Dungeon Keeper. The designer has gained a reputation over the years for making bold claims about what his games will do while they're in development and then not delivering on those claims when they're released. While those games were still mainly critically acclaimed for what they did offer, Molyneux now acknowledges words have come back to haunt him numerous times in his career, and that for his final game, he really needs to deliver. I think that line in Fable, for every choice, a consequence, wasn't delivered well enough. I think the possession mechanic in Dungeon Keeper wasn't delivered on enough. The moral freedom we had in Black and Life, I think it was good at the start, but didn't deliver enough at the end. Masters of Albion is an opportunity to mix all those together, even though one is an RTS, one is a god game, and the other is an RPG. Why the fuck can't we mix them all together? I appreciate the F-bomb.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's going to work. It's so important to me, this game, because to a certain extent, it's about redemption. I admit now that I did overpromise on things and things I shouldn't have about curiosity, but I only ever did that because I thought it was the right thing to do at the time. And so Master of Albion is a redemption title for me, but it's also my last game. It just is. It's the most significant title I've ever done, and I'll tell you the amazing thing, it's going to fucking work. It really is. It's like nothing I've ever played before, but it's still unbelievably familiar. It is a Black and White, it is Dungeon Keeper and Fable, but it's a completely new genre, and it shouldn't really work, but it does. I can't call this a great game. That's wrong for me to say, because if I say in the press, Masters of Albion is going to be great, that's a promise. So I'm not going to say that. What I'm saying is a unique experience, which is unbelievably intimate and familiar to any person who has played Fable, Black and White, and Dungeon Keeper. If I turn around and say this is going to be my greatest game, that is when I get in trouble. I know people are going to come on and say it won't be your last game, he said, but I'm 66 years old. I'm working as hard as I've ever worked in my life, and I haven't got the life energy left to do this again. Everything that I've done, it just feels like this is the bet. I put all my chips on the table. What a promise, not promise.
But that's the thing. I can't think of a better way to end your career. If this is a career ender, why not be like, acknowledge my legacy and then do it a little more?
Yeah, it's just a little bit. We're not going full send. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of overpromise.
Something you've never played before and unbelievably familiar. All right,
Yep.
Peter. Okay. All right.
I feel like he's a circus ringmaster. Come on.
That'd be fun. Yeah, I don't know.
Uh,
At this point, let him have his fun. This is what I know Peter Molyneux for, and I love him for it. All the good and the bad that's come with it. Just do it.
Yeah, just let Peter Molyneux say crazy shit, and then we'll judge the game on its merits when it comes out.
Yep, exactly. All right, have fun, man. If this is your last title, have fun with it. Do it.
Yep.
Stretch it out if you want. Look, man. Just do it.
Get paid, baby. Get paid.
Exactly.
Get your check.
God.
So.
All right.
Anyway.
Next news story. Oh boy.
Next news story.
Nintendo wins lawsuit against player who kept streaming pirated Switch games and taunted, "I can do this all day."
Jesse Klein told Nintendo's legal team, "You might run a corporation. I run the streets."
Come on, man.
I cannot believe this.
He claimed it would stream.
Yeah, claimed it would stream games on various online platforms under his username Every Game Guru.
Okay.
The lawsuit stated that since 2022, he has streamed at least 10 of Nintendo's leaked games before they were released, more than 50 times in total, the most recent being Mario and Luigi Brothership. It also claims that Keen taunted Nintendo, sending the company a letter boasting that he has 1,000 burner channels to stream from and can do this all day.
That's fine.
As reported by Torrent3, King continued to taunt Nintendo lawyers on Facebook, writing, "Should have done more research on me. You might run a corporation. I run the streets." And that's the podcast title for the week. You can't. You wrote it for me, dog. Thank you.
Okay.
In 2025, Nintendo filed a new motion claiming that Keen had evaded service of the complaint.
Oh, weird.
But then served it through substituted means via both email and letters to his mother, grandmother, and partner. Damn. After Keen failed to respond by deadline, the court clerk entered default against him on March 26th, and Nintendo asked the court to make a default judgment for $17,500 in damages.
Oh.
Okay, as far as Nintendo lawsuits got off, he got it off pretty reasonable.
Hands. They're treating you nicely.
Yeah, considering all that, if I was that lawyer, I'd be like, fuck him. Fuck him.
Like,
no, millions.
Good Lord, man.
Colorado federal court has now granted Nintendo's request and ordered Keen to pay $17,500 in damages, but also said that two of Nintendo's requests for a permanent injunction couldn't be granted. Because Keen mostly used emulation software available online, the judge ruled that Nintendo's request that he destroy all circumvention devices was rejected because the request was unclear and unreasonable. Nintendo also asked for an injunction to apply to third parties who worked alongside Keen, but the judge denied this too because Nintendo didn't specify who these third parties were, meaning the final judgment was simply the $17,500. This dude got so lucky.
Yeah.
He got so lucky.
Crazy.
Nintendo's motion said it could have asked for more damages than the $17,500 because by not responding to the order and defaulting, Keen had technically conceded liability for all 10 games. Nintendo had listed in its previous complaint, meaning it could have asked for $100,000, $10,000 per game. Instead, it only asked for $10,000 for the latest infringement, as well as $7,500 for multiple violations of circumvention of its anti-piracy. In similar circumstances where defendants knew about but repeatedly ignored copyright notices, encouraged and insisted others' infringement but failed to appear, courts and districts award significant statutory damages, Nintendo's motion in April stated. It added, here's an award of $10,000 reasonable for defendants' blatant streaming of Nintendo's video games before any ordinary consumer had lawful access. It is particularly reasonable since Nintendo is electing not to seek damage for the infringement of the other 9 works as to which Nintendo has established liability. Dude.
This is a great story. I love this story.
Dude's an idiot. He's a fucking idiot. You know what? Actually, I'm going to look something up real quick. I want to see this guy, Every Game Guru.
Yeah.
So I want to see if he has built like a big enough online presence to maybe offset the like, and he can make money via that. All right, so Game Guru. I assume this is the guy. I mean, yeah, if this is the guy, he has 148,000 subs on YouTube. So I mean,
I don't know, man. Like, I feel like, okay, then you keep doing this, and then they sue you again, and then they ask for more money because you did it again.
Yeah, I guess maybe now you stop, but
you got away with a lot by them asking this much. Quit it.
Yeah.
Unless you have other way you're making money on the side that can let you keep playing this game.
No. So I pulled his Twitch. No, that's a different guy. Every Game Guru.
Yes.
176 followers on Twitch. We actually have more followers. Way more.
Oh no.
Oh man, this dude.
Right,
oh my god. Just
it's yeah, we had fun.
He runs the streets, dog.
Mario and Luigi.
In the hood.
Fucking Lord. Unreal, man. That's funny. That's a fun story.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh,
fucking
all right.
I totally put that story on just for the quote. I want to let you know that now.
It's a good quote. I love the detail of Nintendo finding him and like serving papers to his mother and grandmother, just like trying to get in some sort of contact. Amazing.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
All right. I needed that. That was good. I like that. That's
all right. So Nintendo. So next news story.
Yes.
Nintendo has been denied a patent in Japan for a Pokemon-like capturing mechanic.
Good.
The application was made in March of 2024, partly describing the act of catching characters in the game, similar to that to Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. And Power World, in short, they looked at prior examples and the Japan, the JPO, the Japan Patent Office. God, I can't talk today. Cites examples like Monster Hunter 4 and Pokemon Go and Arc and Craftopia as like, dude, you can't do this.
Right.
Like, no. Which good on.
Yes.
I think that patenting game mechanics is honestly one of the worst things that's ever been allowed
in video games. Like 100%.
In video, yeah, like I got back from the Ghost of Yote this week, and I'm like, man, this is the kind of game that would absolutely benefit from the Nemesis system of
right.
Lord
of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings, yeah.
Terrible. I can't believe. Yeah, no, this sucks. Pokemon, just make good video games. This is all you have to do. You are already a global cultural phenomenon.
You don't need to defend yourself in this way.
You really don't.
But, oh boy.
I have known this Clefairy longer than a lot of people alive in my life. All right? I have a brotherhood with these people, with these monsters. You don't need to do crazy stuff.
I have some shit to say about Pokemon when we get to what we've been playing, because I finished the post game with ZA. So so good. I'm happy about this. This is good news. I like to usually end on good news.
I think it's a good call. I like that.
I like to end on like a fun announcement or like good news. Like I want to bring you down so I can bring you back up.
Yep. I like it. So we're ending on a great news story.
Great news story.
All right. Animal Crossing New Horizons is getting a Nintendo Switch 2 edition and free content update January 15th.
Yes. So first thing we'll talk about is the Switch 2 stuff. So the Switch 2 edition is $65, or if you already own the game, it's a $5 upgrade. You get it gets upscaled to 4K, so it's running in 4K native now.
Yep.
Not upscaled, it's 4K native 60. It's getting mouse control, so you can decorate, customize, draw, write messages with the mouse.
Sweet.
You can locate residents by calling their name using the Switch 2 microphone. And then online sessions have moved from 8 players to 12 players, as long as everyone is playing with the Switch 2 edition. And they've added a feature that my girlfriend saw this. She's like, okay, that's really neat.
Okay.
Which is if you're playing with other players and you have camera turned on, it'll show your face by your character.
Yeah, that's interesting.
It's a nice little thing. She was pretty geeked about this. And then both versions of the game are getting a resort hotel grand opening. A resort hotel is opening on the pier and is run by Tappan's family to bring guests off the island. You'll help by decorating guest rooms and more, plus find new furniture and clothing at the souvenir shop, dress up mannequins with outfits that guests can wear.
Cool.
Make island life more convenient. Want a fresh start? Rossetti is coming back with a convenient reset service to help tidy up your island. Additional, that's awesome. Nuke clean your island. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Additionally, you can now upgrade home storage to hold up to 9,000 items and store trees, shrubs, and flowers there too.
Ooh.
Slumber Island. Players with a Nintendo Switch Online membership can design and save up to 3 islands and play with friends online.
Wow.
Select the size and layout of the island, build and design and collaborate, access your inventory, and decorate, plus invite residents from your home island. So they showed gameplay of this in the video. They did a 12-minute video breaking down all these features, right?
Right.
And they basically showed like an entire work crew of people, like 8 people, terraforming an island together and making it into like a group island.
Here we go. I'm gonna pull it up on the stream here, but like seeing all these people is nuts.
Yeah, like yes, I was super geeked when I like. So I want some context from me personally with this. Is I played a little bit of this game when it came out, and a little bit in the years later, but I didn't get fully into it. For whatever reason, I just didn't get on the bandwagon when it came out. But I've been in the mood to play an Animal Crossing game recently.
Really?
And yeah, like I think I just want like a daily routine game that's kind of lighter, isn't something intense like World of Warcraft or Marvel Rivals.
Okay.
And that's kind of perfect for it.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, and I've also kind of realized there's 2 Nintendo franchises I really don't get super into every release. I get into every other release. So like I love the original Animal Crossing. I loved the DS one. I did not play much of the Wii one at all.
Okay.
I loved the 3DS one. I barely touched this one. Same with Mario Kart. Love Double Dash. Barely played Wii. Love 7. I generally liked 8. I thought 8 was great, but I've been playing the crap out of World this year. I think I have like 45 hours of Mario Kart World this year.
Okay.
So but yeah, like I've kind of just been in the mood for Animal Crossing recently, so this couldn't have been more perfect timing for me.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it gets people back on the bandwagon. I'm like, come on, come back, come back.
If Monster Hunter doesn't work out, maybe this could be a game night game.
Yeah, so the last thing is collaborations. Collect Nintendo items, Ultra Hand, classic game consoles. If you have an NSO membership, you can play Nintendo games like NES games in Animal Crossing. And then they're adding Lego items, Zelda items, Splatoon items. And the Zelda and Splatoon items will be unlockable.
Sweet.
But if you have the amiibos, you can get them instantly.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So nice little touch there. So yeah, no, I'm PH for this. I've actually been really enjoying these Nintendo Switch 2 editions. It got me to go through Breath of the Wild again.
Oh, right. Nice. Okay.
Earlier this year when the Switch 2 came out, I'm like, I'm going to try Breath of the Wild, like updated frame rate. I'm going to do the Great Plateau and then leave. And then the game was so good, I just played through all of it again. So
As you do.
So yeah, no, great news.
Yes.
Anyway,
There won't be a pandemic to help push everyone back in here, but
the literal first joke I saw talking about this release was Nintendo is working with RFK Jr. to manufacture a new pandemic for the release of Animal Crossing. Well,
look, I just want to see Danny Trejo working on his island. That's what I want to see.
I hope he comes back.
I hope he comes back. I want Elijah Wood to come back and just like come and see people's islands again. It was a good time. Well. Anyway, that looks cool.
Yep.
We'll look into that. But that is the news. We did.
Yeah. We did the news. Let's talk about what we've been playing.
Yep. I don't know. What did you want to cover first?
Let's do Pokemon ZA. Let's get it over with.
Get it over with. We already talked about it a couple times.
Yeah, this will probably be the last time, barring Duncan having to add some unique flavor to it next week.
Right.
So I finished ZA, and then I finished the post game over the course of this week.
Okay.
And if you're curious about what my final team was, it was Dragonite, Charizard, Gyarados, Gengar, and then I would swap between Blastoise and Venusaur.
Going full Gen 1. I'm loving this.
Yeah, and Heracross. Heracross is the last one.
Heracross is in there. All right, cool.
So we got one Gen 2. My Heracross wrecks, dude.
Yeah?
That thing hitting like a train. I'm like, damn, good for you, Bugman.
Oh, yeah.
So, anyway. So, I think this is a game that I feel like is a giant step in the right direction, but still not good enough. I think that, it really dawned on me when playing the like final bit of the main story, where like there's this epic set piece set up with a legendary Pokemon, and you're fighting a giant force, is what I'll call it.
Okay.
And it's epic as hell, but the lack of voice acting just makes it feel so fucking awkward and just what the hell is happening?
Huh.
Like, I feel like I'm watching, like, if someone made an anime old-timey movie almost.
Okay.
It has a, like, platinum game style, yo, dog, you press the button for the awesome thing to happen.
Right.
So, yeah, like, that was a weird moment for me. I think that the story itself is fine, you know? And then I really wish they had at least different music between night and day, because hearing the same music for all 35 hours in the one city kind of makes you feel like you're going crazy a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, it gets real annoying. Visually, I think the Pokemon and the trainers look relatively modern. I think the environments look like an up-resed PS2 to early 360 game.
Sure.
Like the walls are fucking flat. Like, it's actually kind of impressive how outdated it can look, because like there are literal parts of this game that look worse than the up-res of Mario Galaxy.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck are you doing?
It goes back to, what we've always talked about. They won't put the team and money behind what this franchise could be.
Yeah, but I still had a lot of fun with the new battle system.
Yes.
The game moves at a far brisker pace. The story is a good time. I think the way you go about catching Pokemon and going into wild zones is a lot more enjoyable. They just generally remove just a lot of fluff.
Right.
It's a lot of fun to fight. Like, one of my favorite things in the early game was running into an alpha Pokemon like 10 levels above me and fighting
it. You're like, oh no.
But then you catch it and you're like, I have this fucking monster now. And it's super dope.
Right.
Oh, dude, I spent like 3 hours trying to catch this Houndoom that was like 15 levels above me, and I was like, no, I'm gonna get you, motherfucker. I'm gonna get you. And like I caught him eventually, and I was like, yeah, get in the fucking ball.
All right.
That's how I got my Magikarp that became my Gyarados. I carried all the way there. I got an Alpha Magikarp with hella good stats.
Nice.
And he just rolled to people, dude.
All right.
So yeah, no, it was definitely really. So yeah, I really enjoyed the Alpha Pokemon. I really like the way you sneak up and catch Pokemon, kind of like Arceus now. That's great. The new battle system, when you're not playing it in multiplayer, which I'll get to, is a lot of fun.
Cool.
Yeah, genuinely just really like those improvements. I think the being able to customize your character is a little limited, but the outfits are cool at least.
Yeah.
I wish they gave us more haircuts, be able to wear glasses and a hat at the same time.
Yeah, what's that about?
Yeah, like that'd be nice. Apparently no one has eyesight problems in the Pokemon world.
another improvement in this future world where you can just get free healthcare.
Yes. So yeah, like I think that there's that issue. Yeah, I think the story, if you are a fan of X and Y, is a lot of nice callbacks and stuff added to it. Like if you really liked the X and Y story like I did, and was the last time you kind of felt Pokemon narrative mattered. Big thing here. The Mega Evolutions are a lot of fun.
Always.
But yeah. So then I got to the post game.
Okay.
This game's post game is bullshit.
Really?
It's bullshit.
All right.
It's just bullshit. Okay, so there's 3 main things to do in post game. So basically, you go and you catch the two of the 3 legendaries from Gen 6.
Okay.
So you catch Xerneas and you catch Yveltal.
Yeah.
Yveltal. The lame one.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Xerneas is the cooler legendary of that gen.
Nah.
Yes. Fucking giant rainbow fairy deer.
It's cool. I'm not gonna say it's not.
Versus, they're
good legendaries.
I did not like Yveltal, but it felt very generic. Anyway, so I go and you catch both of those, and then what you have to do to unlock the last bit of the post game is you have to win 15 reward matches of the ZA Royale.
Okay.
So with the ZA, so at the end of the game, they're like, we're gonna do this thing called the Infinite Royale, and it's basically what you do is you get 50,000 points to get a drive ticket, which is roughly 20 Pokemon battles.
Okay.
And then you fight a reward match.
Okay.
The problem is the reward match is against someone you've already fought 1 to 3 times in the game already. So it's not like, and sometimes they have new Pokemon, but you generally know who their highlights are. And so you already know, okay, well, I'm just going to swap to this and smoke them.
Right.
And if you're like me and you didn't rotate your team much once you got it established around the midpoint of the game, you're way over leveled for this. And you only get worse by all the battle grinding.
So they don't up the level of the people you fight against.
No, they do, but it's not enough to compensate for how much you're going to be grinding to unlock your reward ticket match.
And
so, and you have to grind a ton of battles for your reward ticket match.
Yeah.
So you have to be, depending on how many of the sub-objective little card thingies you pick up, you'll be doing anywhere from 7 to 20 matches. And if you rock with the same team or limited substitutions, I occasionally would rotate in my Venusaur to get him some levels.
Sure.
But otherwise, I was mostly so like by the time I got to the like middle of the reward grind, and by the way, the reward in the reward grind is a bunch of experience M things.
Oh, okay.
So you can level up. So you can over level even harder.
Right.
Which is hilarious. But anyway, so you go and you do that. And and it's just this long grind. It's like a 5 hour, just all you're doing is battling.
Yeah.
Just trainer battles over and over and over. I occasionally took breaks to go to the final ZA zone because you get a zone that you get the last wild zone unlocks in post game.
Okay.
And a lot of good shit does spawn there. I'm gonna be honest. Like it's how I got alphas of different evolutions, and unfortunately, I couldn't get and you can get the Gen 1 and starters and this game starters there as well.
Sweet.
So it's a really good zone. It's a fun zone too.
Okay, cool.
And also 2 alphas always spawn in the middle that are around level 60.
All right.
Ran into a Tyranitar, evolutions, a Raichu, a lot of good shit over there.
Cool.
So you're just grinding this over and over and over and over and over and over until you get 15, and then unlocks one final battle against someone from the story. I'm gonna leave them nameless.
Yep.
And you fight them, and all their Pokemon are in the mid 80s. But at this point, because once again I rocked with the same team from mid game onward, basically, I rocked this man's shit.
Right.
Because especially because I had a couple Pokemon that just were strong against most of what he had. So, the only substitution I did is I swapped out, God, I want to say it was Venusaur / Blastoise for Xerneas.
Okay.
Just because Xerneas had fairy type moves and I didn't have anyone with fairy type moves.
Yeah.
So you do that, and then you beat him, and you fight Zygarde. But it's kind of like this rogue mega evolution boss battle. I'm not sure if you had to fight one of those yet.
I mean, there's the Absol one.
Yeah, it's okay. So that's basically the Absol one.
Okay.
But it's against Zygarde, and Zygarde goes through his 3 forms, and then you catch him, and that's the game. I think the Zygarde fight is actually pretty challenging. My best advice is have Xerneas leveled up to around level 95 and just nuke it with fairy moves.
Right.
Or just nuke it with a strong fairy type.
Sure.
But like he's level 84 and he got hands.
Right.
He got real hands. I think I died like 4 or 5 times till there's a couple things. One, he has a couple of attacks that will almost one-shot your trainer. So you need to be ready to like prepare for those.
Okay.
And then just have a strong fairy type that's like level 95 that can just wail on him.
Yeah.
But even that, once you figure that out, he's not like crazy. And it's that's like the post game is mostly just grind trainer battles that are really easy.
See, I'm fine with grinding trainer battles, but the fact that it's people that you've seen before and they're not leveled enough.
Yeah, but and to be fair, I mainly rocked with one team,
right?
So that was part of it for sure. So I just completely steamrolled all of these, and it's all the people you played in the story, and a lot of people you fight in the story, you fight anywhere from 1 to 3 times.
Right. Do you think they would have been served better if they had leveled the Pokemon enough and also had just entirely different teams and just take the trainer character creator and randomize it and create random people?
Yes, or so the game has this point in the ZA Royale where I think it's around rank V. I want to say it's V, where you go from V all the way to F.
Right.
Like it automatically just skips you. And this is 15 of these.
Yep.
So you're like, so why did you get rid of that if you're just going to put it here anyway?
Yep.
This is so stupid.
I was really bummed when I found out about the skip. It's like I was ready to battle. I want to go all the way.
I know. Because that way it feels more like a journey, and that's my other big complaint with this game. For all its convenience and niceties, it doesn't really feel like a journey.
Right.
It basically feels like I showed up to town, I started wrecking people's shit, and I did that for about 2 weeks straight and became god of the city.
Right. Yes.
I became so it's still a 3 out of 5. It's still a good game. It's a big step in the right direction. I wish there was more to it. I wish there was breeding. I wish there was the play with your Pokemon thing and stuff like that. I just wish there was a little. Yeah, Pokemon and me. Like, I bring back that a bit. Like just stuff like that. Especially because the post game in this is basically nothing. Like, I did a bunch of trades with Duncan to fill out the decks, because like, especially once you have Pokemon, like, I guess you could do all the side quests and then you fill out the decks and then like you're done.
Right.
Yeah, like it's what might be one of the easiest Pokemon games to 100%. So yeah, like, I think it's a big step in the right direction, but I think there's still a bunch of issues, and my biggest issue still continues to be the presentation.
Right.
The way it looks, the lack of voice acting, the everything regarding that. Especially because, like, I didn't put it in what I'm playing because I haven't played enough to judge it.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling the more I play it, the more I'm going to look back on ZA and get mad.
Right.
Because I started playing Digimon Time Stranger.
Yep.
And Digimon Time Stranger, all the Digimon and characters are voice acted.
Nice.
It looks like a modern, fantastic video game.
Right.
And like, its battle system is, it's like Persona, Pokemon. It's, it's like a standard JRPG.
Yeah.
But like, I'm playing this game and I'm just like, this is Digimon. This is like 1/1,000,000th of the budget of Pokemon, 1/1,000,000th the popularity. Like, it is actively just, and this is just like such a better product that it's insulting.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody gives a shit because it's not Pokemon.
Exactly.
And like, I realize this does sometimes happen in the game industry, but I have never seen it so egregious to where it's at with like Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Where Pokemon has had basically a decade of down releases. Like, when did Omega Ruby and Sapphire come out?
That's a good question. That year on me.
Oh my god, I said Omega Ruby and Sapphire, not fucking 2014. So yeah, like, that was the last what I call good game, right? But otherwise, it's had a decade almost, so 2015 onward, of down releases.
Mm-hmm.
And there are other games in the monster collecting genre that have really fucking cool monsters.
Right.
Persona, Digimon, Monster Hunter Stories, Yokai Watch, fucking, like, there are a bunch of games where you go catch cool or cute monsters that are RPGs that are more in depth, look better, run better everything. To a kind of insane fucking degree.
Yeah.
The level, like, look at this fucking Digimon footage. Look at this shit. It looks so much better. It's insane. But yeah, so there's a, like, fuck, man. And like, once again, all of it voice acted, all of it,
right.
Like, level, cutscenes, attack, like, I have been sent videos of like War Greymon and the higher end Digimon doing their like super strong attacks, and it looks crazy. It looks fucking crazy.
And to be honest, for me, this is not like insane. This seems perfectly doable.
Right, but like, the gap is huge though, apparently. Like, looking at the fucking like, Haunter, no textures, like,
I mean,
piss poor
yeah.
lighting.
Some of these I'm more forgiving than others, but like, yeah, the buildings are kind of
The
flat.
buildings in the city, especially because it's like one city you look at all day long.
Right. Yeah. You don't leave this place.
Like there's one point in the game where you go to an underground base.
I would love to see some textures on some Pokemon. One day, that would be cool.
So, but yeah, like it's like a world of difference in presentation quality. And then like mechanically, there's just, that when it comes to the single player, at least, there's a little more depth there. Pokemon's competitive scene is, of course, there. It exists.
Yes, very much.
It's its own killer fish. But like, and they're like, even compared to like Persona 5, right? Which is a game that, by the way, is 8 years old.
Yeah.
For regular Persona 5. And like, and that is another game where you catch a bunch of monsters, you evolve them, you change them. And it's like, I have never seen a game quite to the level of Pokemon does it, where it is so fucking carried by its brand. It is so. I was talking with Duncan about this the other day, where we both were just like, it is so fucking carried by its brand and nostalgia. It is crazy.
It helps that they do some other things well.
They do. Like,
their character design is fantastic. I like the general vibes of what they create with their new cities and stuff. But there's just core fundamental philosophies of how they approach how you play the game and how they design around that. They're just like, man, can we pick it up?
Yeah, and I think that, like, you look at, like, okay, who's like one of the big bad Pokemons, like Tyranitar, right?
Sure.
Look at that Tyranitar you just saw, and then, like, if you can try and pull up, I'll try and pull it up. Like War Greymon, right?
Right. Yeah, I don't know where in this trailer that I have War Greymon is at, but
let me see if I can get a model up.
There is that. I don't know. Let me what's going on over here. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's regular Greymon. But yeah, that works. See, holy shit, he has texture there.
See that even this shit. like knowing what Pokemon is capable of just in terms of resources they have access to, like this would be certainly an improvement for Pokemon, but not like the ceiling even.
Yeah, like this isn't even the fucking ceiling exactly though. Like with the amount of money, etc., Pokemon realistically has and whatnot, this should honestly be the fucking minimum. This is a game that took an eternity to put out, that was in development hell forever. Started as like a early PS4 game and finally came out now.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, like that. But and then once again, you compare, and these two are easy to compare because they came out like a week apart, right? Like that's a big part of it. Versus,
yes, for sure.
Versus like Persona is years old. But like, Persona's in a very similar boat, and it's like, I feel like Persona now is getting its hype, but if Persona had a decade of straight down releases, they probably wouldn't get another fucking game because it wouldn't sell.
Right. Yeah.
Like Digimon cannot get more than one bad game at a time, or it will not sell. Pokemon can get apparently as many as it fucking wants.
It delivers on a number of things that people who like Pokemon, look for. It's just they're willing to tolerate a middling game.
It's just, I think that the thing they look for is the Pokemon. And I get that, because even when I am playing a game like ZA, which I consider to be good but incredibly flawed, I love the Pokemon.
Yep,
they're great.
Yep.
When I see a Gengar, I'm like, fuck, that's awesome. Gengar's the shit. I'm a little irked that ZA did not include 2 of my 3 favorite Pokemon. But hey,
yeah, that's unfortunately part of the danger now with these newer games. They're just not doing it.
How are you not gonna have Snorlax? Come on now.
I know Snorlax. I pulled up footage of new Pokemon Snap just to have some other ideas of. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, just like different Pokemon visuals. I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna pull up a banger right now. Give me a second. But just looking at different ideas of. Here's people making other stuff with Pokemon, just within like the Pokemon thing, like people making side stuff that are visually interesting, or at least more interesting than what they're doing with the main series. They could be doing more. That's all I could say. Is there's a lot of cool stuff in here, but we all know that they are capable of more.
Yeah, and
yeah,
you know, it's they just don't want to. It seems.
I mean, it's what we've talked about, right? Is that they don't have to.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing is like, and to be fair, this year I am part of the problem,
right?
Because I had not bought a Pokemon game since Sun and Moon.
Mm-hmm.
I would just rent them or borrow them, and then see how I felt. This year, I bought Scarlet and Violet to see how it was after the Switch 2 upgrade, and while it is a better game, at least it functions. It is still not good.
Yeah.
And then this game is a big improvement. Right. But yeah, like look at this. Like this is Pokken Tournament. Like this game is, granted this is a fighting game, so the scope is smaller, a lot smaller.
But like you see textures on these Pokemon, it's like damn.
Yeah, this game is like a decade old, dude.
This is Wii U footage.
Yeah, like what are we talking about?
This is a DX. I pulled up the DX trailer, so that's good.
Yeah,
but still the
okay.
Switch.
So it runs. Like it's Switch 1. Like it's like they just don't have the excuse, but it doesn't matter because it's gonna keep selling, and it just gets carried by the brand.
Right.
And and like I don't know what it would get to get people to stop for a while. But that's all you have to do is stop for a while. Just skip a couple.
I mean, I just don't. I don't know. I would love to see one where they screw up. They make just unappealing character designs. They make an unappealing region, and they have unappealing new Pokemon. And all they have is bringing back all the old Pokemon. And I would want to see what happened there.
Okay, so this might be a fucking hot take in some ways. I think the region for Scarlet and Violet is good. But I think the vast majority of the Scarlet and Violet Pokemon are fucking ugly.
I'm not a fan of the newer Pokemon that got included myself.
And then so it was the region, it was the Pokemon, the what else?
Region Pokemon character designs.
And I think the character designs in that game are fine but limited.
There's some that are good, but there are some that are. I think the character designs for ZA are better than Scarlet and Violet.
They're a lot better. They're significantly better.
So there's that. But
yeah, like
I would like to see one that failed in all aspects, and then they include the old Pokemon that people like, and it's an open world where you can run around with them and see if that still sells.
And the thing is, I think it probably will, because when Pokemon Go came out, it was barely a game, but you could catch the old Pokemon that people like. And
look, man, that was also a new thing. That was a phenomenon.
It was a new thing. It was a crazy month. It was a crazy fucking month.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think that those are, and I think that it's carried in a lot of ways by that. I would love to see the Pokemon community stop for like 2 games, just half of just for 2 games, like 2 games, unless they're good. If they're actually like great games or big improvements, then buy away. But otherwise, just like for 2 games. If it is not living up to the standard of a modern video game, go play something else.
But that's not happening because this is selling like crazy, and like this is good for a Pokemon game. This is a 3 out of 5 regular video game.
Yes, it is a big improvement, but it is like, like I think that
what I'm saying is it's not a good. It's an improved, but it's not a good game now. Like I enjoyed my time with it, but I like Pokemon.
But like I would also say the fact that we even have to say that it is good for a Pokemon game is just like, come on, guys.
That's what I'm saying. It's like the fact that this sold as much as it did, despite not being a great general video game. Like, I don't know, man.
It's disappointing.
I think this is a step in the right direction, but they could do so much more.
Yeah,
That's a good way to say it.
I hope they do.
I hope they do.
Yeah, I hope they do.
Yep.
That's so. But yeah, that was my time with ZA. I don't regret it. It was a good 37 hours to finish it front to back, doing some side content.
All right.
I had a great time.
Yeah.
Highly recommend it.
Pokemon.
If you like Pokemon, if you don't like Pokemon, you're a fucking hate this.
Do not get in this.
Terrible entry point. Go play Gold and Silver.
Yeah.
So along with that, the other big interesting one I did is Recreation.
Right. Yes.
The new Burnout Paradise, but made by 10 people.
Right.
So when I first played this game, they kind of got the assignment.
Okay.
But you could tell that they did not have the budget to make this happen.
Yeah. They did what they could with what they had.
Yeah, they did what they could with what they had. Is kind of the vibe that I would describe it as. Like,
seems like a bit of Trackmania in this.
There's a lot of Trackmania in this.
Okay.
There's a lot of Trackmania in this game. So, I'm gonna go off of the good stuff first.
Okay.
The races themselves play like Burnout, the Road Rage, the Burning Lap. They have all that stuff from Burnout that you love.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. The radio station has a lot more variety. There are multiple radio stations now by genre instead of just one big one.
That's cool.
I found one that was very Burnout, and I left it there though.
Good.
I was just like,
station,
okay,
of course.
Yes, of course. Sadly, no big artists like that.
Yeah,
not even close.
Like that.
Fine. So yeah, and that's been all the good. I've been having fun with it. Like I'm 2 hours in, so I'm still fairly early. And my first impression was like, ugh, this feels kind of like an Unreal Engine asset flip almost.
Oh man!
But then I got to playing it. I was like, no, okay, this is actually a good game. It's just it has that kind of sterile clean room look,
right?
Due to the fact that it is an Unreal Engine game.
Okay.
So with all that said, some new stuff. So obviously, you can just spawn stuff in the world. You can rename streets. You can make the world your oyster if you want to.
Okay.
You can spawn friends into it and everything. So it kind of feels like it's trying to be a Trackmania type thing while also trying to be Burnout Paradise.
Okay.
But I don't like the map as much as Burnout Paradise. It feels like I'm in like Oregon, but like not a city.
Right.
But like I'm in just like back roads of Oregon, and it feels empty and weird.
Burnout
especially
Paradise is a special map. That's one that was like worked on, man. They really.
Yes, and I feel like a lot of this is hoping the community will build out good maps from their bare bones map. They're hoping it becomes
Skater XL session kind of thing.
Yes, I think there's more here there than that because they have like get your licenses thing very similar to Burnout Paradise. They have a bunch of tools similar to Burnout Paradise. They have an event. They have like beat your friend's score. I'm sure when we played Burnout Paradise back in the day, you would see my name on leaderboards on streets and whatnot, and vice versa.
Yeah. I like the idea of this.
I really like it, but it does feel like I'm playing a beta.
Gotcha.
I really like it, but it feels like I'm playing a beta.
Is this early access, or are they just releasing this?
I think it's a full release.
Man.
I think it is. It's published by THQ Nordic.
Okay.
Who makes other smaller scale games. So it's it is I hope it does, man, because I want them to continue working on it, basically.
Yeah, released on October 28th. It's got a mixed review on Steam with 193 reviews. So,
Yeah, my hope is a bunch of people give it a shot
Yeah.
and end up liking it enough for them to keep going. Yeah, it's got a 70 on Metacritic. It's really
But there aren't a
it's
lot of games
fine.
like this, so maybe it finds
It,
someone to make something of it.
it, yeah, like that's the thing is like I really hope they keep working on it because I'm so starved for a game like this. Like Burnout 3 and Burnout Paradise are two of my favorite games ever.
Yeah.
And I have really been enjoying this. Like I got hooked running races last night, like for a good, hour. I was just like, God damn it, I gotta do it again. And then I like got done with the race. I'm like, oh, there's a giant ramp to do a billboard. And now they've added special billboards where
Ooh.
where you can't just break and you have to do certain tricks into them or
Oh, that's
stunts.
awesome. I like that.
Yeah.
It's
They
been a
have the
while since I've
gates. They're no
broken a
longer.
billboard with a car.
Yeah. So they've added that. They've added a little bit of that flavor going on. It just reeks of grand ambition, but not enough people or time or money.
Man. Oh, that's a
Yeah,
shame. I hope they get some
and
support, but
that's
charging $36 for this. This is an introductory offer, and then it goes to 40.
yeah, like
It's rough.
and even if you read the reviews, it's it varies.
Yeah.
You know, I do agree with the comments. Driving physics need to be lightened up a bit. They need to adjust. They need to adjust certain things in regards to the crashes. I think that there's a lot of potential here, but it's just like if you're looking for like a polished ass burnout type game, this ain't it.
Right.
But if you are just starved for a good arcade racing game, this will scratch the itch.
Cool. Okay. Well,
It's especially once I found the radio station that was very pop punk emo-y, and then found and started getting in the rhythm of doing events, doing gate crashes. I think the map is a little too spread out though, and I think the assumption is you're going to create stuff and build sky tracks and stuff like that, which that's fine, but if you're like me and you have no interest in doing that, or would have trouble convincing a bunch of friends to pay $40 to play a car game.
so like, is this like you join a server and then you get locked to a server with like random people, or maybe you can get with friends and then build on it?
So you build to your specific save file.
And then you can invite people to your save file?
Yeah.
Can they build stuff on your save file and it stays? You know?
I believe so, but I'm not sure because I've only built on my own save file.
That would be
I built a couple of RAMs to test it out and whatnot.
Gotcha.
These guys have worked on a bunch of games like this. They did Danger Zone, Dangerous Golf. They did Dangerous Driving, which was like close to the original Burnout. They have done a couple of nice improvements on Burnout Paradise, though, in my opinion, actually.
Okay.
Now, like, something to think about it. One is they have races that are laps. So they'll define a section of the map and you'll do laps instead of doing a straight point.
Okay.
And two, there are a lot in those point races, there are a lot more points, like places to go. It's not like Burnout Paradise where it's like, these are the 8 spots where races end.
Right. Yeah, because it's a much bigger map, so that makes sense. Cool. Well, it seems like there's something fun to be had here. If you can find a group of people who enjoy some arcade racing and have the money burning in their pockets, this seems like something to try out.
Or if you just enjoy Burnout, like if you like Burnout, you'll like this.
Okay.
Yeah, like that's another thing. I do think it's just to be aware, it's rough.
Yeah.
It's unfinished.
Yep.
But if you want it more polished, then yeah, you're better off just playing Paradise Remastered.
Gotcha.
So
okay, well, cool.
Yep.
Glad someone's trying to make this.
Yeah. So next up on my what I've been playing list is I started the Outer Worlds 2.
Ooh. All right.
So I'm not super far in this. I've done the tutorial and part of the first planet, about 2 hours and change.
Okay.
They made a very funny, well-written RPG. It looks great. Like in my early impression, the art is super cool, very alien. The writing so far in the first 2 hours and change, very, very strong first impression. And I think the other thing that I would say is it runs okay. It kind of feels like another casualty of Unreal Engine.
Okay.
I was able to get 45 FPS on my ROG Ally X. I have heard the Steam Deck version, you can get it to running at a solid 30 most of the time, at least. So it's definitely not the most bloated game in the world.
Right.
But it is definitely there. They do poke a lot of good fun at capitalism.
That's
including
the Outer Worlds. Yep.
Yes. Oh, this is great though. If you buy the deluxe edition,
oh no,
the deluxe or collector's edition of the game, right? And you get done with the tutorial, it gives you the option to turn on a special trait or a flaw. They're called flaws. There's flaws and I think it's advantages.
Okay.
The Earth Directorate found a flaw in you: consumerism. You're the reason our marketing works. Promotions and sales have riddled your brain, and you're more interested in buying the next big thing than financial planning. Warning: once the flaw is selected, it cannot be removed. Effects: minus 15% vendor prices, minus 10% sell value at vendors.
Ooh, all right. That's funny.
And you can choose this. Yeah, so they did a good one with that. That was a good little setup they had there with that. I liked it.
I like that.
So yeah, me too.
All right.
Yeah, no. So I like that. Shooting feels pretty solid, like not quite like a shooter, but better than your average Western RPG. I would say it's almost approaching where Cyberpunk is.
Okay.
I definitely spec mostly into talking and guns. So,
Makes sense.
we'll see how I go with it. And the background I chose was Professor.
Cool.
Because they put the RP in role playing game, dog.
Cool.
You have like a background and affects your voice, your choices and whatnot. It's pretty thick.
All right, that sounds great.
Yeah, no, it's dope. I'm really digging what I played so far. I can't give it I'm so early in, I can't give it an easy recommend.
Exactly.
But I like what I've played so far.
Okay. Cool.
Next up, Dispatch. The next 2 episodes of Dispatch came out. My girlfriend and I played them. That game, it continues to look great, be charming, be funny. The management sim stuff playing together is both fun and a little stressful.
All right.
Because like you have to make decisions quickly because it's a dispatch.
Yeah.
We got a fun achievement called "Failed a Call" with a 70% chance or higher of success.
It'll happen.
That was fun. Yeah, but I like the management stuff. I have enjoyed talking to Anthony about this one because we are seemingly choosing exact opposite choices for most decisions.
Oh, cool. All right.
Not intentionally either.
Right. That's awesome.
Like there's 2 women you can romance in the game. We went entirely opposite directions.
Nice. Okay.
He went corporate girly. I went with I can fix her.
Nice. Okay.
Isn't
that what Mass Effect was?
So yeah. Anthony went with kind of Professor Girly. I went with I can fix her.
Yep.
Yeah. So the trend continues.
All right. Cool.
But yeah, it reminds me of the best parts of Telltale games, but it fixes my primary complaint with Telltale games, which is there's basically no gameplay in those games.
Right.
Beyond QuickTime events. In this, there's actually barely been QuickTime events other than the first beginning of the game. It's mostly been doing the dispatch gameplay and playing the story.
Cool.
It's if they make more games like this studio, this ex-Telltale devs does more stuff like this, it's awesome. And the characters are cool. They got that streamer Penguin Zero?
Yes.
He plays a Batman, a man who is a bat, who's a crypto bro.
Okay.
It's pretty great.
That's good.
They got Alana Pierce to play a devil lady.
All right.
Yeah, they got a lot of good actors in on this. It's
nice.
They've done a great job with it. They've done a fantastic job with it so far. I love these first 4 episodes. I cannot I love that they have released it in this format where it's like about 2.5-ish hours of gameplay a week.
That's
but
cool.
I'm also like, I want to play all of it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Awesome. I like that. That sounds really cool.
Yeah. Last thing before we get to your game and we'll call it a day is I have done my final week of ROG Ally X testing as my only daily driver handheld. It is my primary one and only.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this up front. I cannot wait to get back to my fucking Steam Deck. The bullshit that I keep running into in different, like, it's a different kind of bullshit as the Steam Deck. In the Steam Deck's case, a lot of times it's like, oh, it won't run.
Mm-hmm.
It won't function. That's it. Like Dragon Ball FighterZ will not work.
Right.
Cool.
Great.
Or like, Monster Hunter plays so poorly, it does not work.
Yeah.
But alternatively, the UI is better. It functions perfectly. I can get in and out of games quickly. I don't have to type in a pin like goddamn Windows every time I load into the fucking system. Lord, I hate this so goddamn much. And it's just a more refined experience. So I'm looking forward to getting back to my deck.
Yeah.
Now, with all of that said, I am going to keep the Ally X.
Okay.
I'm going to keep it around. Because I did run into some really good uses for it. One is a game like The Outer Worlds, where the extra horsepower really benefits. It's nice to have. So if you want to play a little more beefier of a game on handheld, that's great. It's good for that. The next thing is games that just will not function on Steam Deck do work on this, not due to horsepower limitations, but because of just bullshit anti-cheat or compatibility problems for other reasons.
Oh, right.
Most of the time it's just anti-cheat though. All what it is.
Of course.
And because I'm not going to have much installed on this thing other than like those kind of games, I have actually found that it is a dope emulation device.
Okay.
So, especially because it's smaller than a Steam Deck. Like, Steam Deck is kind of wide because of the touchpads. Like, it's a wide device, but this is a lot narrower. So it's kind of a really good emulation machine for that purpose as well. So yeah, I loaded it up with some PS2 games, got PCSX2 running on it. Runs most of those games perfectly at 720p or 1080p 60 with all the niceties you would get. And yeah, it's a good emulation device. Great emulation device even.
Okay.
And it's a little easier to get it running because you don't have to deal with all the Linux compatibility bullshit of getting stuff downloaded from the cloud as much. It's like just easier to get it done in Windows.
Yep.
So yeah, no, big fan of that. Like that. So I'm kind of keeping it. So because when I bought this as an experiment.
Right.
And I bought it as a device that was, I'm either going to use this to play just games on my own. Like this might replace my Steam Deck. I might love a Windows handheld. I might hate this and give it to someone. I might keep it for specific uses and ended up on the middle one. I think as a test case for Microsoft's PC console hybrid thing they're doing, this is a fucking failure and it needs so much work.
Right.
Yep. But as its own thing, it's actually like pretty great.
Sure. Yeah.
It's as its own thing. I still would tell people to get a Steam Deck. You would save anywhere from $150 to $600 fucking dollars. And unless you just need to play those anti-cheat games, that's the whole reason you're buying it, then of course not. But like, if you're like, I want to play Digimon and I want to play fucking Persona and Metaphor, I'm like, okay, dude, just get a Steam Deck.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my big thing. Another thing I tested over the week was the Xbox Store's like compatibility stuff.
Mm-hmm.
where it would like label if a game would run well on a handheld or not. A lot of games are missing that little tag. Surprise, surprise.
Of course.
Surprise, surprise.
Yep.
Or at least the ones I looked at.
Right.
To be fair. And then, but on the one side, they are all fairly accurate, actually.
Okay.
Annoyingly accurate. Actually.
Oh, really?
Because Metaphor Refantasio is on Game Pass. I do not own that game on the Xbox Store, but I downloaded it. And it says it is not compatible with the handheld.
Damn.
And I thought, that's really fucking weird, because that game, I know for a fact, works perfectly on a Steam Deck. And it turns out it isn't compatible because it has trouble reading the Xbox controller stuff, especially if you swap to a different app or window.
What?
So I was playing the game and I decided to go pop back to the menu to see how a Steam download was doing. And then I came back and then it just assumed I was playing with a keyboard and mouse and would not function.
Oh my God.
Tried everything I could, pulled up the on-screen keyboard, pressed buttons. I was like, all right, cool. I guess this doesn't work. Great. Awesome. Okay. So I guess if you don't leave the game, Metaphor does work, actually.
You're treating this like a console machine, whether you want to or not.
Yeah, so yeah, like but yeah, on its own, I and like I said, I do find the extra horsepower nice. Being able to play like Ninja Gaiden, I feel on a Steam Deck has way too many limitations to be considered playable and verified. The verified system for that game is criminal, in my opinion.
Okay.
Because I don't think that is a good experience at 30 FPS. In fact, Anthony and I have thought of a thing for the Steam Deck that they need to start doing, which is when it says deck verified, it needs to have at what FPS it's going to roughly run at.
There you go. All right.
Because with some games, that is acceptable. Baldur's Gate at 30, fine.
Yeah.
Perfect. Metaphor at 30, fine. Perfect. Digimon, same thing. A game like Ninja Gaiden at 30 FPS is a fucking war crime.
Yeah, it's not good. No one who's interested in Ninja Gaiden wants that.
Exactly. So yeah, no, it's so there's that. So with that in mind though, yeah, I I have seen how the other half lives. It is fine.
Yeah. There's some pros,
but
ultimately
but ultimately at the end of the day, if someone were to ask me, I would say, oh, another reason is mods. If you like mods a lot, like if you are like, I want to play the sim, mods typically are not made or coded for Windows, and they run into a bunch of jank ass shit, or for Linux, and they run into a bunch of jank ass shit problems on the Steam Deck.
Yeah.
So if you're like, man, I want to play the MCC. Well, the MCC runs great on a Steam Deck. Can confirm. Getting playable entirely. Had a great time with it. However, if you want to run mods on the MCC, like say those Halo 2 demo levels,
I'm
just
thinking about like people modding Sims and having portable Sims, full console version Sims.
I'm not sure if that runs on Steam Deck because I'm not sure if the anti-cheat.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Anti-cheat might be. Yeah, never mind.
I know. Well, no, it's listed as playable. It's just it's listed as playable, but it has a bunch of things where games sometimes shows the keyboard when you can use the controller. Text is small, stuff like that. But so yeah, you might have problems, but it runs. But but if you're running mods, then you might run into problems depending on how they made the mod and if they expected you to use a Steam Deck or not.
Right.
So yeah, that's a big thing to consider.
Okay.
I am not someone who mods my video games except for World of Warcraft, so it does not matter to me.
Yeah.
So there's that, and then most of the stuff I want to play on a more handheld device. So far, the only games where I'm like, oh man, I would love to play this on a handheld. It is too beefy for the Steam Deck. has been kind of out of the world.
Right.
And like even that runs, but it's not ideal. And I guess like Keeper is like right on the borderline, though that game is not optimized great in general. So
okay.
But yeah, no, it was cool to see. I'm excited to get back to my homeland.
Yep.
But I'm definitely gonna keep it around. And it's also nice to have a handheld that I'm not exactly afraid to kind of just grab and throw into a bag and shit.
Yeah.
Versus my Steam Deck, which I treasure
exactly
and keep in the case.
Cool.
So you are the favorite son.
If truly, you know.
All right, and yeah, so last game you played RV there. Yeah, what the hell is this?
Okay, so
Aaron, why do you why it's always these goddamn fucking party games?
Well, that's what I was saying when we were talking about different trends. Is like I've been kind of falling off video games as a whole, and so it's like, what is my friend group playing? All right, they want to play a friend slop game. It's $8. Let's go. And so RV there yet is you're 4 guys and you get in an RV and it's sort of like you're managing the terrain. One person's driving, other people are hanging out. There's a smoke button. You smoke, and if you take a drag, you can get a speed boost temporarily. Important to consider. Then there's a lot of just obstacles to get around. So people need to get out and they're repairing the RV or they're directing you. All right, you need to ride this RV on 2 boards and you need to balance and you need to straighten out. And I'm going to get out and I'm going to signal. All right, left, right, left, right. Oh my God, there's a bear chasing me. Good luck. And you're just running around in circles while the RV is stuck in a bad spot. I don't know. It's a fun little party game. It's not like a lot of friend slop games. It's not super deep.
I'm trying so hard to avoid using that term because I actually hate it.
It's not a good term. It's not a good term, but we don't have we came up with one.
I think it was like party game. I think it was just
party
like
game or casual co-op or something like that.
Yeah, like because like it's like
it's a shitty term. It is.
It's just like it's such a shit term, dude. Like my God.
As a casual co-op game, it is fun. You're using the winch a lot. You get stuck in mud or something, and someone will get out, winch it to something, and you go. There's a few different ways that you need to maintain your RV as you travel. There are checkpoints, so we're gonna find out this week if we can all load back in and continue where we left off. Oh man, I see a picture where someone has attached winches to a front and back portion of a canyon, and you go over the canyon. That's very interesting. We may have to think about that later. But yeah, for a casual co-op game, I think this is fun.
I will say for this is like the first casual co-op game I've ever seen where I'm like, oh, that actually does seem kind of interesting.
They it seems like in terms of art style, they went a little they took it a little more seriously than a lot of other casual co-op games where it seems like they kind of just
yeah, like this is the first one of these I have ever seen, like Among Us, Repo, Phasmophobia, the list goes on and on, where I'm like, okay, this is all right. Like, maybe I'm kind of getting into this. Like there's I like the idea of just smoking a drag with your ripping up your RV.
Yeah, it's right. Dumb, but it's fun. And I need to get permission from my friends who I recorded, but I have a brief video of some bugs they still need to work out. But God, it's hilarious. And like a lot of these games, it's just a fun time with your friends. You just mess around for $8.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
That's that. That's RV there yet. Very positive on Steam with 8,210 reviews. So it did
all
good.
Right. Well, I look forward to hearing more about this one. I'm actually kind of intrigued by it.
It's all right.
See if anyone in my
life. Yeah. Fine.
My girlfriend wants it.
You can get a few people together. It's a fun, dumb thing.
No. So. I might want to talk to SGK about getting this. Maybe a night of this going.
Maybe.
So sell me on this one.
All right. Well, until then,
that's a show.
That's a show. We are on YouTube. We're going to be posting segments of this show on YouTube, and we're also working on edited videos to throw up on our main channel. podcast on.
Hey,
on
what
some
about
channel.
China?
Yeah, that's coming
Yeah,
up.
what about China? That's coming.
We'll see that.
Video game pricing one still in the works.
All right. Yeah,
Well,
and then
still in the works.
we're on social media if you want to reach out to us there. We got a Discord if you want to hang with us and talk video games or whatever else. We're on your favorite podcast app, probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on Spotify, Amazon, and Apple. If you're not on one of those, I don't know what you do.
Right.
What weird podcast service are you using? What's going on here?
Right. I don't know. Some rogue third party illegal podcast app. All right.
The dark web podcast app.
All right. Anyway, all right. That's a show for us. Go enjoy some video games, everyone.
We love you. Go play video game. Have fun time.